Hey everyone, how are y'all? Betty Joe, how are you tonight? Hey Ginger, how are you? Gigi, how are you feeling? Cats Meow and Glowbug, how are y'all? Wilby, how are you? Glowbug, I'm doing good. Sorry I'm late, y'all. Okay. All right, Gigi. My God, it's slacking again. Oh, wait, there he goes. All right. Emails pinned to the top of the chat. Y'all don't forget to put your chat on live chat so you can see all the comments. And please don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in if you have not already done so. Just on, how are you? Kelly M, how are you? Will be, I'm happy to hear that. Hey Libra Moon, how are you? Thank you, Cats Meow. Hey Scott, how are you? Libra, I'm doing all right. I've had a headache most of today. I think I'm just hungry and I need food. All right, y'all. I'm getting all my stuff pulled up here because there are a couple of different updates on some of these cases. So Betty Joe, I did see it, and she is a little doll. Hey Big Al, how are you? Let me go ahead, put this in chat. I don't know what's up with Kohberger in the defense. You know how I read over last night that they are wanting some stuff unsealed? Well, now they have done another court document today where they're wanting stuff sealed. Like, they really need to make up their mind. Well, B, give me just 1 second. I'm about to bring you up. I'm just trying to do something on my page here. How are you? Well, B, can you hear me? Lady V, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Okay, Lady V, I can barely hear you.
Oh, hold on.
Okay. Hey, Loaded Hot, how are you?
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounded like you were like far away from your mic to begin with.
I was whispering a little bit, I guess.
And now you sound muffled.
I'm just going to get it on my iPad.
Okay. Hey, Kelly P. Big Al, how are you?
How are you?
Good.
I came for the circus. What do we got tonight? Anything
Well, Chad Daybell's attorney is basically working for free.
good? Oh, what a nice guy! Holy shit!
Bryan Kohberger had put out a document day before yesterday that I had went over last night, where the defense is wanting something. They motioned the court to unseal something. I forgot what it was. I'll have to go back and read the whole big 3-line title to it, but they came out with that day before yesterday, and then they came out with something today where they're wanting something sealed. So it's like, do you want one thing unsealed that you asked for it to be sealed to begin with, and now you're asking for other stuff to be sealed?
Those people can't make up their mind. Hi, Betty Joe. Hi, Wilby. Hi, Big
I
Al.
don't know what. I don't
Welcome
know what's
back,
up
Lady
with.
V. Hi, Betty Joe.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, Betty Joe, how are you?
Good.
Okay, and Lady V, I can hear you perfect now.
Yeah, I need to get some headphones or something for that laptop.
Yes, it would probably help. Earbuds or anything like that would probably.
Yeah, I have some.
No.
I'll try them sometime.
Okay. And I don't know what's up with Will B. When I pulled him up, I said hi to him, and I don't know if he can't hear us or if he's just not at his computer. He's not muted or anything, but he's not responding. Okay. And then what's the other? Oh, Richard Allen's case. So they had to go, before the Supreme Court and all that today. Well, his attorneys, Baldwin and Rozzi, are going to be reinstated as his attorneys. The judge will remain on the case. And then they were also wanting the trial to start within 70 days, but it's not going to happen. So everything was denied except for the attorneys. So he got the attorneys back that he wanted.
Well, that's at least one thing that's good.
Right, because he was wanting his attorneys reinstated. He was wanting Judge Gold to be removed from the case, and then they were asking for it to start within 70 days. And so both of those two bottom ones were denied. The only thing that he did get was his two attorneys. I do have the paperwork because there is something about some new charges that are being added to him now. So I've got the paperwork that I'm going to go over, but I do want to pull up. Shit, I thought I had Kohberger stuff pulled up, but Kohberger's is like really short, so I'm just going to go over those two real quick. I don't understand the defense and what is going on with them and why they ask for something to be sealed, then they turn around and ask for it to be unsealed, and then they turn around 2 days later and ask for something else to be sealed. I'm not. Hey, JC. I'm not. Hey, Dan. How are you? They're like whipping it back and forth here with the seals and unseals.
It might be a little bit of circus.
Okay, so the things that they're asking now to be sealed, they weren't sealed before, so they're already out in the public, right?
Well, this is the motion to seal the defendant's reply to the state's objection to the defendant's motion for interlocutory. So they asked for it to begin with, and that was, I believe, sealed. Then the state comes in and objects to it, and now they're wanting to respond to the state's objection, and they're wanting that response sealed.
Wow.
It's all a tactic to just prolong this trial.
Yeah.
I mean, damn, they just need to get on the ball and let's get on with a court trial, a trial day here. I mean, because the other thing that they were, wait, where did it go? Hold on, I gotta find it. The other thing that they were wanting unsealed was they motioned the court to unseal the defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motions to dismiss the indictment, and then an alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders. And it says on the last page that Mr. Kohberger acknowledges the right of the public to be fully informed of the issues. Well, if he wants everybody to be informed of the issues, like the public and stuff, just have everything unsealed.
Yep.
No kidding. You know why I think it's important to put a court date on there when it's going to start is because it gives you a certain amount of time to get everything done. But I mean, I guess that doesn't matter because like Sarah Boone's had 13 continuances, so
That's a little bit ridiculous.
it really is.
Really. Hey, Tech Dad, how are you? Okay, so there was only 2 documents that came out in Kohberger's case. One is the motion to seal. The other is the order to seal. Super short, so I'm going to go ahead and get through those first. It does say that comes now Bryan C. Kohberger by and through his attorneys hereby moves the court for an order to seal the defendant's reply to the state's objection to the defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motions to dismiss the indictment and in the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders and stay of proceedings pursuant to the ICAR 32. So Ann signed it, dated it January 17th, which was yesterday.
Yeah, I hope the judge denies it.
No, there's an order out. That was one of the other documents that came out today. He ordered for it to be sealed.
Okay, so
And there y'all.
sealed. Now get on with the trial.
I mean, but if they come back out and say that they want this crap unsealed,
It's a game. It's a game she's playing.
it's a.
Scarlett's gonna lose her mind.
I am, because this is crazy. If you want something sealed, then leave it sealed. Don't come back and ask for it to be unsealed, but try to blame it on the state, saying, well, we sealed it because they wanted it sealed, so we did it. But it doesn't fall within the category of the ICAR. So she's basically saying the state wanted it sealed. That's why they done it. But yet it doesn't fall within the category of those rules. So but it was sealed anyway.
You think these hijinks are frustrating? Wait till we get closer to the trial date.
No kidding. No kidding.
There's going to be some acrobatic legal bullshit going on like nobody's ever seen.
I mean, it's already starting.
Oh, it's going to be worse. This trial is going to be as bad as the election that's coming up. It's just going to be a complete shit show.
Oh my god.
I can already see it now. Our jaws are going to hit the floor multiple times each day that this trial happens.
Yep.
It's going to be, this one's going to be a circus. It truly is.
Yeah, I think so. But so this is the order sealing the defendant's reply to the state's objection to the defendant's motion for interlocutory. And this one says, the court having before it the motion to seal defendant's reply to the state's objection to the defendant's motion for interlocutory and good cause appearing now, therefore, it is hereby ordered that the defendant's reply to the state's objection to the defendant's motion to reconsider orders denying motions to dismiss the indictment and in the alternative for permission to appeal from interlocutory orders and stay of proceedings shall be sealed pursuant to the ICAR 32. Which is the same rule that the other thing didn't fall under, but it was still sealed.
But didn't he already dismiss the motion to where he tried
to dismiss the indictment?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, but now they're asking him to reconsider.
Well, he already denied it, so why would he consider?
I don't know.
That makes no sense. Do you think because you go after one, he denied it, so you try it again? Like he's not going to deny it?
That's what they're doing. He denied it, and then they come back and they have asked him to reconsider his decision.
I doubt he's going to reconsider it, but okay.
I don't think he is either.
I mean, he already denied it, so why would he? What proof do they have for him to reconsider to drop it?
I mean, it would his same reason that he denied it the first time. It's going to be the same reason he's going to deny it the second time.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So what proof do they have that wants to make him reconsider?
I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt in this, um, and saying that she was doing okay. Will be no problem.
She was
Job. That she was doing her job, and she was doing it. Hey, Queen of Hearts, how are you? And that she was doing it so that way, if there is a conviction, he can't come back and say that he didn't get adequate representation. But at this point, it sounds like a literal circus. Like I'm y'all, when we're watching the trial, I'm gonna, if clowns start jumping out and balloons flying, I'm not gonna be surprised.
Yeah.
I considered digging out my red clown nose for this one.
I mean, it would be appropriate.
It's starting to feel that way. I mean,
I think
I'm
maybe
telling you, the
he's
closer we
just-
get, the worse it's going to get. It's
I
just
think-
Can you hear me now?
ridiculous. Will
Yes, we can hear
Okay,
you now.
I had evidently when I came in, I had that little mute thing on the left muted. I'd hit the button accidentally. I couldn't figure out what the heck I'd done.
Okay, yeah, because it wasn't showing you were muted. We just couldn't hear anything you were
No, I
saying.
knew you couldn't hear me because I kept talking and I got no response. I figured it out, but
Wilby put himself in the corner.
I just felt like y'all were ignoring me. And I got upset.
I said hi to you like 3 times and
I knew,
asked if
but
you
I
could
couldn't
hear.
figure it out. Because I just anyway, I went back when I come back through that I had muted myself as I'd come through. It was my bad.
Okay, well, we can hear you good now. Okay, so Dan Davis says he's got a clown car.
Oh my God. That doesn't surprise me.
Y'all, this is, I just like, I don't know. Like, the state is asking for this summer trial. And I have to agree with them.
Yeah.
The families are tired of waiting. They're wanting
I agree with them.
they're wanting to get on with it. The longer you stall, the more the families are hurt.
Okay, let's just say for a moment that he is innocent. I wouldn't want to stay in that jail any longer than I'd have to. You know,
I wouldn't either.
I mean,
That's
if he
what I'm
wants
saying.
to be exonerated, then get on with it.
Oh yeah, that was his
that's what I'm
words. He
saying.
was eager to be exonerated. Hey Thistle, how are you? I don't know. It seems like there's games being played here, and they really this isn't a place for games when there's 4 victims that has lost their lives, and you have these 4 victims' families out here waiting for this show to get on the road, basically.
Exactly, but like Lady B said, if he's innocent, why would you want to sit there any longer than you have to?
The
Why
longer
are
you
you
sit there, the more
prolonging
people are going to
this?
remember you were sitting there. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right. Yeah.
It makes
I don't
no
know.
sense.
It's just, I see, if he was innocent, wouldn't he plead innocent? I'm still trying to figure out
why?
the fact that the judge had to enter the plea for him.
That was ridiculous.
Because it was said, and I can't remember, this may not be verbatim, the words that were used, but if he was to plead innocent, or not innocent, not guilty, then then that is him saying that he agrees to the charges that are brought before him, but he is just saying that he is not guilty of them, and he is going to plead.
From my understanding, a lot of judges, a lot of people, when they stand silent like that and have the judge do it, I don't know. You're not giving up any of your rights or whatever.
I mean, if I'm not guilty of something that I'm being accused of, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to say I'm pleading not guilty. Right.
Exactly.
Hey, Jan, how are you? Yeah, I'm not going to let a judge enter my plea for me. I'm going to say myself, I'm not guilty. That's
exactly. I mean, that's how I would do it.
I don't agree to the charges that's being brought before me. I'm not guilty of them.
Exactly.
But
and I'm
I don't
going
know.
to prove it.
For whatever reason, I'm sure that is what his attorneys have advised him to do. And
yes. Well, we all see that she's a real winner by this point. So
I don't understand her tactic.
He lucked out with her as a defense attorney.
Yeah.
Court appointed. Wow.
Well, I mean, if they want to, state wants the trial by the summertime. It should be a trial by the summertime. They've had long
Right.
enough to go over all this evidence.
It's been 14 months. The 13th of January was 14 months since this crime happened.
Yeah, and all they're doing is throwing back the same motions that they've been throwing out. They want the indictment dismissed. He already denied that. Oh, let's try it again.
Yeah, let's ask him to reconsider it.
I think she's trying to wear everybody down.
Yeah.
And
just get on with it.
That could be it. And then I think maybe she went for the reconsider, and if that doesn't work, then she's going to try to pull the card of, well, I just got the IGG stuff, and I'm not going to be prepared for trial when I have to go through all of this IGG stuff that I was just given.
Well, she better get on it.
And I'm pretty sure, the judge has done order for the IGG to be turned over. Whatever information from that IGG report, whatever he allowed to be given to them, he sent ordered that to be given to him. I'm pretty sure she's already got it. So it is her responsibility and her team's responsibility to get any experts that is needed to come in and go over that information with her to where she can understand it. And more than likely, these experts will be called as a witness for the defense, to come in and explain it to the jury. Because, y'all, the jury, it's just regular, everyday people like we are.
Right, and they don't understand that.
Right, they're not going to understand that.
I don't even understand it.
Yeah, a lot of it, I still don't understand it. There's a lot of it that I don't remember, that I have to go back. If something's brought up about it, I have to go back and reread it. Because it's a lot to take in.
It's too much. But
what the hell?
That's her choice.
What the hell?
What the
hell?
The what?
Oh, it was something. I'm sorry, y'all. It was something that was sent to me in Discord. Wow. That is crazy.
Damn, you make me want to go over and jump over and see if
But yeah, this case is starting to turn into a whole shit show.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it's starting.
Like all the other ones.
Yeah, it's went from the crimes happening, an investigation. Hey, Madam Mom, how are you? To an arrest made, to all of us digging into his entire life history and his family, to all these different hearings that we've seen him in, and wanting this trial to be streamed live where we can watch it and hear it for our own self, to all the seriousness that was in this case, to a complete circus is what it's starting to turn into.
Avery says, I need help, Scarlett.
She do what I just read. Yeah. Avery, I'll get back to you on that.
That bad.
I'm sorry. I'm not laughing, Avery.
Yeah, you are.
She's laughing at Avery.
I'm not laughing at her. It was what she sent to me.
Are we going to share with the class?
I can't.
Avery,
that's not nice.
I have a problem with this.
It's.
If she's laughing that hard, that means it's funny.
Exactly.
It's really not funny.
And we want to laugh.
It really, it's on a serious note, it's really not that funny. Like, this shouldn't even be, what I just read shouldn't even be worried about right now.
Okay.
Because of the situation that this person is in. But if Avery wants to share it, it's her story to tell. I'm not going to share it. But
oh, you know what? I got a pretty good guess.
Hey, I read something that Phoenix was not returned to his parents, but he's in state's custody.
Apparently what Avery was told by the dad was that, what is it, DHR? I think it's what Department of Human Resources is what they call
Yeah.
it out in Alabama.
Yeah.
That he wasn't returned to the mom, that he is staying with the mom, like his grandmother,
Oh, okay.
his bio grandma.
They didn't say who he was staying, but he just said that
He's under
the
state.
state has.
Yeah,
taken
that the
him.
state took custody of him, and that they're going to decide whether that he hasn't been returned to his mom or his dad, and that they're going to decide whether he's going to be placed in home, out of the home, or in foster care.
Yeah, they're setting up some kind of what they call it. It's kind of like a checklist type.
Yeah, a safety protocol or safety
Yeah, where each
something. Yeah.
side know what they need to add to the scenario to make it better for the child, possibly.
I mean, they need
had,
to.
I can't remember what it said. It was.
Yeah,
were
but
looking
they didn't. They just said that the state took custody of him, but they didn't say where he was at. But according to the dad,
Right.
what Avery has told us last night, that he is with Cheyenne's bio mom. And if I'm not mistaken, Avery, didn't you say that the lady who lived in the house where the camper was at was her Cheyenne's stepmama? I think it's what she said, stepmom and dad, and the baby is with her bio mom. I think
Oh,
that's
I don't know.
What?
yeah. I think that's
Oh,
what she had
I
said
got-
last night. Because I was thinking the whole time that the house where the camper was at and where Cheyenne left and went to was Cheyenne's mom, but apparently it was, I guess, her stepmom and dad's house.
It was called the safety plan, is what they were working on.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I couldn't.
I did. There wasn't.
I got a list of things to do, but it's a safety plan where everybody will have everything in place.
Let me see if I can find, because there was an article that I read today. Let me see if this is it. Okay, so yeah, this is it. Okay, and it just says missing autistic boy in DHR custody charges not ruled out. So as of right now, the way they're talking in this article, they haven't made any charges, but they could be coming. But the 4-year-old autistic boy who vanished for more than 2 days is in state's custody, Barber County Sheriff Tyrone Smith confirms. Phoenix Wilkerson has been released from the hospital into the custody of the Department of Human Resources. He has not returned to his mother and father. Smith told WTVM in Columbus, Georgia. He said DHR is working on a safety plan to determine where Wilkerson, who can't verbally communicate, will be placed. The agency's options are at home, out of home, or foster care. It should be Wilkerson, not Wilkinson. Wilkerson's disappeared from his Clayton area home on Friday, and over 100 searchers, some volunteers, located him Sunday afternoon about a mile from the search center. He endured 2 cold and rainy nights where temperatures dipped into the 20s.
That's crazy.
So, if it is true what the dad has said, he is with family, but still under state's custody.
Right.
Which is good because he knows them, and him being autistic and nonverbal, they would know how to communicate with him and his daily routines and stuff like that. Where if he was placed with somebody that he doesn't know, then that person has to completely learn everything about this little boy.
Yeah, and he's going to be scared.
Right. And it could be very frustrating for him to where he could have a meltdown because of it.
Yeah, his dad, I saw the interview that his dad did with the one channel, the crime lines or something, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And he said that he could say 3 words, and I can't remember
When it cup, dada,
something.
there was.
He
I remember
also
another
said
word.
that mom was not a bad mom. She was very good with him, and that she just, she made a mistake, but she is not an unattentive bad mother as people are portraying her to be. Obviously she slipped up and let him slip out of her sight, but
I mean, mistakes happen, but you can't.
you got to get better than that doesn't happen again. But each and every parent I know has had a child turn around and be on the other side, around the corner of the house, or whatever. Uh, you know, so I don't think she's quite as bad as maybe
Not unless it's happened before and nobody knows
people
about it.
were making her, from what he said, anyway.
I don't know why.
Aw.
Miss Ninja, you were in here last night and you didn't cause any issues, but all of a sudden tonight you're coming in talking smack to people?
I'm confused by Miss Ninja.
Me too.
Because when you pull up Miss Ninja's YouTube page, her channel, the @ doesn't make sense.
And she was in here last night and didn't cause any issues that I saw. But
No.
now all of a sudden she's in here.
Who are we talking about?
This
Miss
Miss
Ninja.
Ninja.
What?
I must be missing something.
That's because it was the 13th, made on the 13th of this year.
Yeah, well, look at what the @ is.
I know, it's weird. I'm looking. See, ma'am, we can find you.
I just put it in the back chat.
So is she...
Something doesn't make sense.
January 13th it was created.
Hold on. Let me screenshot this so I can send it to that person without saying it on here.
That's a good idea.
Because I'm smart like that.
You are intelligent.
I'm telling you, between her and King Scarlet and Big Al, they know everything. Oh, let's not forget Will Be.
I know a lot about a little, but I'm willing to learn a lot about a lot.
It's always good to learn.
Actually, I find
But I do know an awful lot about a little.
I don't know nothing.
Sometimes it's good to not know anything.
It is.
That's how you keep yourself out of trouble.
Exactly. Okay. If they come back in, mods, and I don't catch her, just go ahead and block her. I'm not gonna have that coming in here.
Thistle says, and block.
Wait, why am I not seeing this? Oh, okay. I see it now. Might help to put my chat on live chat.
I was just gonna say.
Oh shoot, I gotta do that too. Hold on. Now Avery's mad.
Yeah, I did.
Be mad, Avery. I said hi to you. You didn't even say hi back. So if you're in a pickle, it's better than being on the wrong pickle. There you go.
Oh, what's Avery mad about?
She won't tell anybody, but I know what it is.
Did she tell you what it was?
She doesn't have to. I know.
You may be guessing the wrong thing because
my spidey senses are tingling.
Because what I have seen, I don't think anybody is gonna be able to guess.
Man problems.
I could guess.
Okay. Well then, send it to me. Send me your guess, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Back chat.
Wait, Kelly, was that you?
Thistle said pregnant Avery. I can't with these people.
Someone who should be.
Like I said when I got here.
I was wondering that one.
Yeah,
I got that impression last night.
It's kind of funny, but it's not funny.
Not
You
funny.
know what I'm? It's.
Not funny.
Like, there's other things that
No.
need to be worried about
Absolutely
besides
not
that.
funny.
So not funny.
No.
Wait, okay. Kelly P.
Yeah, Kelly P's messing with all of us.
So you're Miss Ninja?
Kelly wants the link, please.
Y'all, I was about to get all
Avery,
up in my mad self here because I thought
Get 'em
this was
started.
somebody that was coming
Kelly's
in
like,
here.
I need to explain myself.
Link.
Hurry, give me a link.
Link.
Please.
Kelly.
Avery, I love you too.
I thought you guys got divorced.
No, it'll never happen.
Not yet.
I can't keep up with them.
I know, right? First it's Vapor, now it's
Yep.
Big Al.
Oh, it was Will B the other night.
Then we'll be. See, I can't keep up.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what's going on, Dan. Big Al Discord, Avery says. You're in big trouble, boy.
Okay, Kelly, I gave you the link. I'm waiting for you to come up.
Damage control.
Did we block Miss Ninja?
I don't know if she's blocked. Hold on.
I don't think I seen where she was blocked, just that her comment was removed.
If she's blocked, does that mean she's not going to show up on participants?
No, okay, so it still says hide user on channel, so no, she's not blocked.
Okay.
Okay. If it's Kelly's account, I will.
No, she just got timed out.
Okay. Well, if it's Kelly's account, I'll leave it alone.
I think she assumed one of us would look. And she was just being funny.
Princess Lena said, one of my old accounts was hacked, so if it has something odd comes up and saying it was me, it's not.
Okay, Princess.
It's not you, hun.
All right. Gigi hit her, done hit Miss Ninja with that
Yeah,
300 seconds. Okay, here is Kelly. Kelly is Miss Ninja. You.
Spit it out, Kelly. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought.
I almost got mad.
I pulled it up. I did a double take. I'm like, that little shit.
Well, I screenshot it and sent it to her because I thought it was somebody that was like stalking her on YouTube.
She can't stop laughing.
You can't get anything past us.
No.
Especially Scarlett. You can't get nothing past Scarlett.
Kelly, you're so
Oh God!
for you.
Well, I got a new phone, and I can't use my old my old one on my new phone for certain reasons. So I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go in as Ninja. So I was like, all nice last night, and then tonight I was trying to pick, and then it just went off the rails. I'm like, oh shit, I need to get. Sorry, bad joke.
I almost thought I should have caught on to it when I read the message after it was deleted because that's stuff that Sally Mae does under her other name.
Mhm.
I should have known that it was somebody else in the chat because that's
I'm
exactly what she does.
Derail
No,
the
you're
whole.
good. It's good. It's not that account's not blocked. It was just timed out for 300 seconds. Or to go back and time it out for
You
24
can come
hours.
back in 5 days.
I'm going to time that son of a bitch out for 3,000 seconds.
Sally Mae is doing good. She's just been really tired and hasn't been feeling good the last week or so.
I miss
So
her.
that's why she hasn't been in chat.
Do y'all forgive me?
I'll think about it.
I
Maybe.
do. It was almost funny.
Oh, shush.
Yeah.
Well, I was either going to do that or flirt heavily with somebody, but I was like, that kind of sounds really weird. But so
I would
went
have straight up called you out for it. I've been like, this is not a dating site.
Oh, somebody
It's not?
Oh, it
Somebody
is.
needs to tell Avery that.
Shit, I thought it was.
Avery, it's not a dating site.
But I did send you on Discord a screenshot of it because I really did think that somebody was stalking you on YouTube.
I am. I'm stalking my other half.
Okay,
I'll
well,
tell you.
you'll see the screenshot. So whenever you see it, that's the reason why I sent it to you.
Okay.
Got a hole in it. You do.
Sorry, guys.
Okay,
Had a little bit of fun.
back to the update, y'all.
Back to the K bar.
I don't even know where I stopped. So I've done taking care of the circus case. I think that's what I'm going to start calling Kohberger's. It's the circus case.
Yeah.
This is.
I'm going to jump down to
down.
going nuts, but I'll be in
Okay.
chat.
Okay,
right.
if you want to come back up, just let me know.
All right, thanks.
All right. Okay. So, like I said, Chad Daybell, or as what Sally Mae loves to call him, Cabbage Patch.
Yeah, he looks like a cabbage patch.
He really does.
He really does.
His attorney is pretty much working for free at this point. So they had a hearing today on John Pryor's motion to withdraw from counsel. And in that, he claims that, he's asked for additional help. He hasn't got another DP qualified attorney. The judge goes in and looks up the rules for DP qualified attorneys in the state. And it states that the only time in a capital case in the state of Idaho that you are issued DP qualified attorneys is if they are court appointed. And John Pryor is not. He was hired privately by Chad Daybell. He is not. I thought he was a DP qualified attorney, but he's not. But because he was privately hired, he can still represent Daybell in this capital case. So there was some back and forth going on between him and the judge. The judge,
but Daybell, Chad can't afford it though, can he?
Who,
No.
Chad?
Yeah, Chad can't afford it.
From what I have heard, he has handed over his house and property to John Pryor.
Right.
I'm sure there was money that he probably had in a bank account because he had all the books and all that he had published and the sales from that. He also got some insurance policies that he cashed out on when Tammy passed away, but he is also charged with insurance fraud because of that. But I'm pretty sure as of right now, he has probably ran out of money. And John Pryor said that he's not worried about the money. He's not worried about getting paid, even though he wants to stay on the case. And he thinks that it's fair that he gets paid for what he's doing. He's not worried about it. Chad Daybell wants him to continue on the case and feels that if he's going to continue on the case, that he should get paid for it. And that the judge, if I'm not mistaken, because I was reading what Nate Eaton was tweeting while he was in the courtroom. And it was said that the judge let him know that if he can find another attorney to go as co-counsel with him, then maybe they could get the state to help pay for this other attorney. So he wanted to stay on the case, but then he didn't want to stay on the case because he's not getting paid. But also it fell into the fact that he's been the only one that's been the attorney for Chad Daybell from the jump since 2021. He's done all of the work that has went into this. And he doesn't think that he's going to be fully prepared for an April 1st trial. Well, then Lindsay Blake for the state stands up and says, why is this issue just now being brought up when this should have been brought up a long time ago? You're just now wanting to withdraw when we're right here on the doorsteps of the trial in 2 months. And the state objected to it. The judge, what is it?
It's an epidemic.
Yeah.
Yeah. The judge says, well, if I grant you this motion and let you withdraw, then we got to bring in more attorneys, which is then going to push this trial back for
Okay.
a year or longer. And these families, like, this has been going on since 2019. He was arrested in 2020.
Yep.
Yeah, it's like, how long does it take you to get ready?
30 years.
Yeah, I mean, so hey, Tonka, he left John Pryor as his attorney. I do believe they are going to try to find another attorney that can probably come in and help him. And as of right now, the trial is still scheduled for April the 1st of this year.
You know that's April Fool's Day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Haha, fooled you.
I mean, yeah, that is true, but April Fool's for a fool.
Well, at least the judge has got his makeup all set for the next set of hearings.
That was funny.
I guess he should have had his trial with the Wicked Witch of the West.
Lori's still down in Arizona right now because she's
Yeah.
fixing to go on trial for the death of Charles Vallow and then the attempted murder of Brandon Boudreaux.
Now they do have the DP down there, right?
They had it, but the current governor has put it on hold.
So she won't get it.
Yeah, she won't. It is a capital punishment state, but she has put it on hold, so they're not seeking it on her. But once all of that is finished, Kelly, you're very welcome. Once she is finished with that trial, excuse me, down there in Arizona, she will go back to Idaho to serve out her life term for her part in all the mess up there. Now, Chad, they are seeking the DP on.
Wonder why she hasn't portaled herself out of there yet.
She probably has, and then she has to be back in time for the morning head count.
Portal into John.
She went to see Chad.
Well, I read something in Twitter, like, I don't know, it might have been like a month and a half ago, but I didn't get to go in depth on it, what they were talking about. But something about that, it has been said that her and Chad will still have contact with each other, which I didn't understand because they are co-defendants in the case in Idaho. He's not being charged in Arizona for the death of Charles and all that, which I didn't understand because I do think that he had some input into what happened to Charles Vallow, but they didn't charge Chad with anything. So they're still co-defendants in a case, and I didn't think the co-defendants were supposed to have any contact with each other.
But when they separated them for different trials, doesn't that change the rule on that?
It could. I don't know. I saw it where it said that they would be able to have contact with each other, and I guess I don't know how they would, unless they can do it via tablet. I don't think Lori could be calling over to Chad's prison.
Well, I mean, they text message and call and everything else with those things.
Yeah, so maybe they can do it via tablets. That way, instead of doing it how they used to, and because I could really see Lori getting on the payphone in her prison and calling over to Chad's prison, and it ringing in his whatever his dorm is or death row or whatever. It says, you got a collect call from such and such women's correctional facility.
He's like, I don't have any money.
So they may be able to do it letters, probably, maybe tablets. They could. Okay, so this article here is what came out today, and I'm not going to play the hearing today. If y'all want to watch it, you can go to East Idaho News, and I'll drop this link because you can watch it on here, but I'm not going to play it. Okay, so there's the link. But it says Judge rules John Pryor will remain as Chad Daybell's attorney. and Chad Daybell's lawyer will remain on his client's case after a judge denied a motion Thursday by the attorney to withdraw. John Pryor has been Daybell's defense attorney since May of 2021 after a grand jury indicted Daybell and his wife Lori Vallow Daybell on murder and conspiracy to commit murder charges for the deaths of J.J. Vallow and Tylee Ryan, two of Lori's kids, and Daybell's first wife Tammy Daybell. Chad Daybell is also charged with 2 counts of insurance fraud in relation to Tammy Daybell's life insurance policies. I'm wondering though, because it is a chance that him and Lori spent all the insurance money.
So he'd have to pay that back, wouldn't he? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, if he
I
doesn't
would-
have money, but he doesn't have any money. But I mean, would
I
that
would
be
think
taken out
that he
of the
would
state?
be. All right, Dan, have a good night. I would think that he would probably be ordered to pay it back. I don't know how that would work with him being in prison. It may be something that his family has to pay back or whatever. They could have. I don't know if they froze his bank accounts though, because I was wondering that with him still being able to back at that time pay John Pryor for his legal services. I'll
I'm
have to
sure
go
they
back
froze
and
his
check.
bank accounts.
It seems like they would, just because some of that money that was in the bank account would have came from the insurance policies that he cashed out on. But I'll have to go back. I have some notes from way back when this first happened, and he, they found the kids and he got arrested that day and all that. I'll have to go back and see if that was ever brought up about them freezing his accounts. Okay, so it says that prosecutors filed their intent to pursue the DP in Daybell's case in August of 2021. Pryor has solely represented his client since being hired nearly 3 years ago. Pryor argued that he wanted to stay on the case but needed to withdraw because he was not a DP qualified attorney, did not have enough time to prepare for trial, and Daybell could no longer afford to pay him. I come to realize in late December that the amount of work that I'm going to need to do before the trial in April the 1st could not get done, Pryor told District Judge Stephen Boyce. I don't desire to get off the case. I want to stay on this case regardless of Mr. Daybell's financial situation. Pryor noted that he could care less about money, but then said he believes that he should get paid for his services and insisted Daybell wanted him to get paid. This is going to be another circus case, it sounds like, y'all, for real. I don't know what's going on in Idaho with the cases, but
I tell you, it's an epidemic.
something going on up there. Okay, so Mr. Daybell agrees with me that it's not fair to me if I don't get paid, Pryor said. If the court denies my motion, I'm prepared to go forward and push this case to the end, and I'm committed to do that. Do I think that it's fair that I don't get paid? No. Do I want to get paid? I absolutely want to get paid for the work that I do. Technically, he is a privately hired attorney. He should get paid. If it comes down to a fact that Chad Daybell could have no longer paid him for his services, then that should have been determined way back, like they said a year ago. And at that time, then they should have gotten him 2 DP qualified attorneys from the public defender's office. So Pryor's other argument focused on the fact that he was not a DP qualified attorney. He told Boyce that he had tried to find lawyers in Idaho and other states who were qualified to assist him in the death penalty case, but had been unsuccessful. In Idaho, a defendant facing the death penalty is allowed to hire private attorneys of their choosing, even if those lawyers don't have any experience in capital cases. But a court-appointed attorney must be DP certified. If I don't get assistance from another attorney to help me in the case, I don't have any choice other than to withdraw. The primary reason is there is no mechanism that allows Mr. Daybell to get additional assistance unless I withdraw, Pryor said. Boyce questioned Pryor on if he truly was ready for trial and had a mitigation specialist in place. A mitigation specialist speaks for the dignity and the value of those who have committed even the worst criminal acts, according to the National Legal Aid and Defender Association. In death penalty cases, a mitigation specialist tells the defendant's story to the jury to advocate for their life. Pryor said that he did not want to discuss his trial strategy and asked to go into a sealed hearing. The courtroom was cleared, and after 30 minutes, the public hearing resumed with Fremont County Prosecuting Attorney Lindsay Blake arguing against the motion to withdraw. She recalled that during a hearing in January of 2023, Pryor asked for additional help, and Boyce said that state funding could be available to pay for another attorney if one was brought onto the defense team. Here we are a year later, and for the first time, this issue is being brought up that, hey, I want to withdraw because I'm not getting paid, and I'd have to work all the time to get it done. Blake said, now the victims' families have to wait much longer, and the state has to absorb additional costs. It seems like John Pryor is trying to stall stuff too. So Blake mentioned that Pryor fought to have Chad Daybell's trial severed from Lori Daybell's last March because he was awaiting additional DNA testing on evidence. Pryor then attended Lori Daybell's trial almost every day in Ada County. He was able to watch the trial and get a year-long continuance to test DNA, and then after the trial said, I'm not going to get the DNA tested. Blake said, it's very frustrating that we end up having a continuance for something that never ended up being tested. If he come out and said that it wasn't going to be tested, they should have just scheduled the trial right then and had it.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the reason why you get a continuance, because you want this stuff tested, but then you don't get it, then we start the trial.
There should be some sort of disciplinary action for that, in my opinion.
Right. I mean, they took the DP off the table for Lori Vallow because the state was late in turning in some stuff over to the defense. So why can't they do the same thing for John Pryor? You ask for a continuance. You don't do what you say that you're going to do in order to get it. So we're going to go ahead and start the trial within 2 to 3 weeks. Hurry up and get yourself prepared. Okay, so Boyce expressed frustration that Pryor filed his motion less than 3 months before the murder trial was scheduled to start. None of this is new at all. The co-defendant, Lori Daybell, went through an entire trial that you observed. We talked about these concerns a year ago, and here you are at the doorstep of the trial, and you're saying that you're not prepared, Boyce said. During a hearing a year ago, you said that there is going to be no continuance because I am asking to get out of this case. That will not happen. After taking a brief break, the judge denied Pryor's motion and said that if it was granted, the trial would not happen for at least a year or even longer. It would probably be more like 2 years that the trial wouldn't happen because new attorneys would have to come in and go over all the evidence, interview all the witnesses, their own selves. So it would probably take way longer than a year for the trial to happen. So the motion, if granted, would absolutely require a continuance of the trial and not just a brief continuance, Boyce said. Idaho has a sparse number of DP qualified attorneys, and Idaho is currently experiencing a lot of cases resulting in the appointment of available attorneys, which we are all seeing. I don't have any idea of who would be appointed, but what I do know is that the trial would have to be vacated and continued, likely for a long time. Boyce noted that Daybell was happy with Pryor and wanted him to remain as his attorney, but if Pryor could find another lawyer to assist him, the state could help pay the costs. Daybell has pleaded not guilty to the charges. Lori Daybell was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison without parole last summer. She is in Arizona on charges of conspiracy to commit murder of Charles Vallow, her fourth husband, and Brandon Boudreaux, her former nephew-in-law. Once the court proceedings are done in Arizona, she will return to Idaho to serve her life sentence. Okay, Wilby, that's fine.
As
So-
it should be.
The judge was not happy that John Pryor was asking for this. The state sure was not happy about it.
No, when you think about how much money it's going to cost for new attorneys and stuff, why
Right.
don't they pay him?
Exactly.
Well, it's not even that. They only have so many DP attorneys in Idaho. So
Right.
you run out of them and you're screwed.
I mean, just look at Bryan Kohberger.
Mhm.
That's a DP case that's going on right now. More than likely, Jeremy Best will be a DP case.
Yeah.
Who else do we have that's in Idaho right now?
Was
I think they should just go after him for life and let them get their DP when they get to prison. They'll probably get plenty of DP in prison.
True. But
Might not kill them, but they'll wish they were dead.
I disagree with the fact that they took it off the table for Lori, and that
I
is
do
the
disagree with that as well.
That is
Yeah.
the state's fault that they let that happen. But I don't think they should take it off the table for Chad, because he was there when it happened. He was a part of it, and they were
Yeah.
found on his property.
Yeah.
But he also did what he did to his wife. So
Yeah.
Yes,
Saying
he
his
did.
wife was laying up in the bed, not.
And the sad thing about it was, y'all, is that those kids were buried on his property before Tammy was ever, before she ever
Mhm.
died, and she never knew that those babies were out there in her
Well,
backyard.
It was just a raccoon, you know.
Oh yeah, just he
Just a
burned he burned all of the sticks in the burn pile before the storm came, and it was a raccoon, and it was
Yeah.
this and that. It just, I mean,
That makes you sick.
and I still believe that they have something to do with Alex dying.
Oh yeah.
You can never change my mind on that. His wife said that Alex said that he's going to end up taking the fall for this. Tammy dies, they exhume her body, and the next day he dies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no way. I think what's her name? Melanie.
Melanie Gibb, or the friend Melanie, or the niece Melanie.
I think the one that was married to Alec.
That was, you're talking about Zulema?
Yeah, Zulina. I think
Yeah.
she had something to do with Alec's death too.
I think that Lori and or Chad told Zulema to do something to it,
Yep.
because he made the statement that they're going to let him take the fall for it.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought he was going to talk. And this is just my opinion of what happened. So
Yeah.
therefore, Lori and Chad got Zulema to do something, because Zulema, was into all that herbal stuff,
Yeah.
and all that. And I think she's the one who done it.
I
But
totally agree with
coming
you.
from Lori and Chad.
Yeah.
More Lori. I think Lori, out of the whole group, wore the pants of the group.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And Chad was just this guy who has a pretty blonde wife, and she had him wrapped around her
Yeah.
finger, and he did whatever she wanted.
Yeah, I mean she was way out of his league, man.
Tonka, I agree. That's if he doesn't get the DP.
go night night.
I'm hoping he gets DP, and he has to sit on death row waiting for his date, and he hears Tammy and JJ and Tally's screams every night that he tries to lay down and go to sleep.
Yep.
I hope they haunt him and they drive him crazy.
I agree.
I'm going to jump down because I don't know enough about these cases to really contribute anything
Okay.
more than emotions.
All right. Well, thanks
I
for
might pop
coming
back
up.
up. Thanks for having me.
Oh, no problem. If you want to come back up, just let me know and I'll drop the link for you.
Okie dokie.
All right.
Probably, yeah. No, stop.
So,
Let baby Joe talk. She knows all about it. She's gonna grow up to be Sherlock Holmes.
for sure. Like, she's starting out young, y'all.
Yeah.
She's gonna be growing up to do something. I know
Oh
you're
my
so
God.
little. I know you're big. You are little.
She is just too cute.
She is. Except for her grandma, for sure.
She's on one tonight, boy. Okay, you're not little no more. Be quiet.
She's just,
Okay.
This is like me.
Yes, I'm big.
Liz, shot of truth serum and let the chirp like a bird. Hey, I would be all for it if they could do it.
Yep, I would be too.
Him and Lori, Bryan, all of them. Okay, so because of Lori's status, I find it hard to believe that a jury would convict him to the DP, but then who knows in the end. I think that if it would have been on the table for Lori, I think they would have given her the DP. After they saw those pictures
Yeah, I think so too.
of JJ and Tylee and how just their actions afterwards, like they didn't never report on missing. She lied to family. They go off and get married. Just the way they acted. And yeah,
on the beach.
yeah, and I think that they would have given her the DP, and yeah, Tonka, she deserves a DP. She does not just like she needs to be sitting. And I'm glad that she's down in Arizona and she's being held accountable for what her part in Charles's death and the attempt on Brandon's life. Because and I honestly I cannot believe that they haven't charged her niece Melanie in the attempt on Brandon Boudreaux's life.
Yeah, I can't either.
Because the only way that Alex knew where Brandon was at was from Melanie.
Right.
And I still think to this day that Melanie Gibb, the friend, knew something was up with JJ. And I said it the very first time that she did the interview with Nate Eaton. I told my husband, I said, there's something up with her and she knows more than what she's saying.
Absolutely.
And they just happened to be there the weekend that this happened to JJ. And said that Alex brought him in back into Lori's apartment and he was asleep. That baby wasn't asleep. I don't believe he was.
No, I don't either.
When if Lori didn't want him, all she had to do was give him to Kay and Larry. They would have taken care of him.
Oh yeah, they would have been glad to take care of him.
Right. But no, instead she got mad, and all it boils down to is that Lori wanted that $1 million life insurance policy that was on Charles, which was the reason why they did what they did to Charles. When she found out that Charles went behind her back and turned it over to Kay because he knew that Kay would take care of JJ with that money, because Kay and them didn't need the money. They have their own business down in Lake Charles and all that. They didn't need the money. He gives it to Kay to take care of JJ. Lori gets mad, and that's why they did what they did to JJ. But they had to get rid of Tylee first because they knew that Tylee would
say something. Yeah,
she would fight him over JJ because she loved him. She took care of him. So they couldn't get rid of JJ until they got rid of Tylee. And the thing is, if she didn't want either one of them, Kay and Larry would have took both of them.
Yeah, I think with her too, I think every little bit of money that she could get her hands on was even more money she could spend. So I honestly think that his disability and all of that she was getting money for just made it where she didn't want to give that up either.
Right. Well, she was still getting his money even after he was after JJ was deceased. She was still getting Tylee's money that Tylee was getting off of her dad. And I still think Lori has something to do with Tylee's dad dying.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
But I don't think there was enough evidence there to prove that there was anything, that she had any part in that. And they just determined, I believe, that he had died from a heart attack, if I'm not mistaken. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I've seen a lot of people that are greedy and do bad things, but man, she was just working down the line of everybody.
It's like everybody that come in contact with her, if she couldn't manipulate them, she got rid of them.
Or if they couldn't do anything to give her money besides being alive, then she would do that too.
Right. She is a bona fide lunatic, Tonka. And it makes me sick though that they knew that she had a hand in her kids that happening to them, and to Tammy, and to Charles, and they still, like, the state should have been on top of that, and they dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
What they wasn't taking care of what should have been taken care of, and the DP got taken off the case. That was just,
I don't think I'll ever understand why they dropped her DP.
it was basically because the state didn't turn something into the defense in a timely manner, and said because of it being a DP case, they wouldn't have enough time to properly prepare for that new evidence that they had just gotten, and they wanted to punish the state by taking the DP off the table, and the judge agreed with them. Because in a DP case, there's, like, you have to have time to adequately prepare for that trial.
Well,
And
give them a continuance. That's what everybody else is doing.
yeah, and he ended up taking it off, which was sad because she, seriously, y'all, she
Deserved every bit of that, man.
she needed to be sitting on death row. I just like the pictures that she took of them in Yellowstone with her, Tylee, JJ, and Alex. And that night is when that happened to Tylee. It makes me sick to look at those pictures because she was taking those pictures knowing what was going to be happening to Tylee that night.
Right.
And she had no remorse, smiling at all the pictures. She knows that her kids are buried on Chad's property while they're out in Hawaii getting married and dancing and smiling and all this crap out there, and both of them knowing what had happened. Let's see. I see the same kind of feet dragging from the state of Idaho with Kohberger too. Tonka, I don't know what the hell's going on in Kohberger's case. It's too much sealing and unsealing, then sealing more stuff going on. Like, they just need to get a date and get the trial done and over with. There's too much craziness going on up there. Princess, that is true. She has no moral compass whatsoever.
Mm-mm.
She's a very selfish person. She only is worried about herself, and that's it. And honestly, just seeing her in, like when we've seen her the few times in court for different hearings and stuff, she's all smiling and worried about her appearance and got her Jolly Rancher makeup on and her hair all done, and like, it just, girl, you're in an orange jumpsuit right now. Nobody cares about what you look like.
Well, she thinks she can still use her looks to get by with things where she don't realize her looks, the Botox is like gone.
Yeah. She aged from the time she got arrested in Hawaii to now. She has aged like 30 years.
Oh yeah, definitely.
She looks horrible. Thistle said, I went to Yellowstone soon after, and all I could think about while at Old Faithful was Sweet Tylee.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate looking at those pictures when they were there. Because it's just the thought that she knew what was happening to Tylee that night. Her and Alex both. But Tylee had no idea what was going to be happening. Okay, y'all. Let me grab this thing. And I wanted to say real quick, there apparently has been an arrest in the Donna I case.
Who was it?
His name, hold on, because all I've got screenshots and I have to zoom in on the screenshots. This dude, David Kleekamp, he was arrested yesterday last night, January the 17th at 7:42 p.m. Now, apparently, he had Donna's little, like, change purse or coin purse or whatever when there was a search warrant done on his property. And that's what he was arrested for. I do have a probable cause statement. I can pull it up I can't zoom in on it a whole lot just because if I do, it's super blurry because of it being a screenshot. I'll try to zoom it in as much as I can to where I can still read it. And it doesn't have Donna's name on here, but it does talk about this guy getting arrested in the area that she was found, and it does mention a missing person case that was going on at the time. But it's dated, it's the state of Missouri, county of Washington, and it's dated January the 17th, 2024. And it says, I, Cole Cherry, knowing false statements on this form are punishable by law, state the facts contained herein are true. I have probable cause to believe that David R. Kleekamp, date of birth, which is redacted, and his social is redacted, on or about the dates listed above in Washington County, Missouri, committed the offenses listed below. State the facts that support a finding of probable cause to believe a crime was or were committed, and state the accused committed the crime. So on January the 17th, 2024, he was charged with possession of a controlled substance, except 35 grams or less of weed. January 17th, unlawful possession of drug paraphernalia. And then also on January the 17th, unlawful possession of a firearm. So on January 17th, at approximately 1200 hours, while assigned to the Missouri State Highway Patrol Major Case Squad, I was investigating a missing endangered person case. The investigation led to a search warrant of David Kleekamp's residence at 10040 Shirley School Road. During the search of the residence, I located a 9mm diamondback handgun with 6 rounds of ammo, a Savage Mark II 22 caliber with 173 rounds of ammo, a pipe, y'all know what kind of pipe, and a wallet, a coin purse on the bed in David's residence. I applied for and received a search warrant for a wallet, coin purse located during the search. The evidence to be searched for is for the purpose of identification or evidence of ownership belonging to the missing endangered person. So during the search of the wallet coin purse, I located 4 baggies of a crystallized substance, 2 baggies of the crystallized residue, and a baggie of weed. I seized the items, and they were packaged and stored at the Washington County Sheriff's Office. A field test of the substance tested positive for the white stuff. This starts with an E. So for the issuance of a warrant completed the following, I have reasonable grounds to believe that the defendant will not appear in court in response to a criminal summons because, or I have reasonable grounds to believe that the defendant poses a danger to a crime victim or a danger to the community and or other persons because, and then none of that is put in there, but they did sign it. I don't know if he's the one that done something to Donna or if he's suspected of it because he has her coin purse, which I think it's kind of funny that he does.
Yeah.
So,
or that he could be involved.
Right. So, gonna keep up with it and see if this guy does get more charges brought up for her death. Or if they just come out and say that, you know, she died from hypothermia or, you know, something like that. All right, so I just wanted to bring that up. It don't have her name in there anywhere, but like I said, it is in the area of where she was found deceased. And I can get rid of Kelly P. screenshot now that I know that it's her. Get that out of my way. Okay. And y'all, did I put... Hold on. I need to go look at something real quick. I don't know if I put my... Yes, I did. Making sure I put my thumbnail for tonight's live. Margaret, yes, Ronald I. is her brother. Okay, so next on my list for tonight, watch this out, is the Richard Allen case, because that did go before the Supreme Court today. And apparently there's going to be new charges added. I wonder why they've waited so long to add new charges. And these are also screenshots, so they're going to be kind of hard whenever I pull them up. Wait, I need to exit off of this. Okay. Can y'all see that okay on y'all screen?
Yes.
Okay. I might can zoom it in just a little bit more without it being so blurry on my end. All right, y'all. And while I'm reading this, if y'all have not hit the thumbs up, please do so. Okay, so it says this is a published order. It is from the Indiana Supreme Court. All right, so the realtor Richard Allen seeks relief from this court under the rules of procedure for original actions. Realtor has requested a permanent writ of mandamus, asking the court to 1. Order the trial court to reinstate his former trial counsel, attorneys Andrew Baldwin and Brad Rossi, as his court-appointed counsel. 2. Order the trial court to commence Realtor's trial within 70 days from the issuance of the writ. Excuse me. And 3. Remove the special judge from the Realtor's case and appoint a new special judge. Having considered the written submissions and having heard the arguments of counsel, a majority of the court votes to grant the petition for writ as to Realtor's request to reinstate the attorneys of Baldwin and Rossi as his court-appointed counsel. So they did give him that. The court unanimously denies all other relief sought, which was to take away Judge Gall off the case, so she's going to stay on it, and for the trial to start within 70 days. So the court will promptly issue a written opinion explaining its reasons. The pendency of this matter is in this court does not stay the proceedings in the trial court. Done in Indianapolis, Indiana on January the 18th of 2024. Oh, wait, we gotta go this way. All right, so this was also some documents that came out today. Try to zoom them in where y'all can still see them okay. All right, so this is the state's motion for leave to amend charging information. So it says, comes now the state of Indiana by prosecuting attorney Nicholas C. McLeland, and hereby respectfully ask the court for leave to amend the charging information filed in this case on October the 28th of 2022, and in support thereof does aver. On October the 28th of 2022, the state filed a charging information alleging these offenses as murder as outlined in count 1 and as outlined in count 2. The defendant was arrested on October the 26th of 2022 by a detective with the Carroll County Sheriff's Department. And y'all, it really doesn't seem like it's been almost a year and a half since he's been arrested.
No, it doesn't.
Like, time flies when it comes to these cases. The probable cause affidavit executed by then detective, now Sheriff Tony Liggett, and filed by the state on October the 28th, 2022, identifies acts of murder on or about February 13th of 2017. The discovery in this cause also revolves around the acts of murder occurring in Carroll County on that date. The charging information and the probable cause in the matter reflected the charges of murder under IC 35-42-1-12, commonly referred to as felony murder. Specifically, that Richard Allen did kidnap victim 1 and victim 2 by force, and in the process of committing the felony, both victim 1 and victim 2 were murdered. The state hereby moves to amend the charging information to add additional counts, which include murder under IC 3542-111 for both victim 1 and victim 2, along with kidnapping. So they want to add this kidnapping charge on here as well. So along with kidnapping under IC 3542-32A and IC 3542-32B2 and A for both victim 1 and victim 2. The state is asking the court for leave to file these amended charges because the charges are more accurately aligned with the charging information with the causes discovery and probable cause affidavit. Because of the clarity of the discovery and the PCA, the defendant has been on notice since the beginning of this case. This amendment it does not prejudice the defendant's substantial rights. That this trial for this matter is 9 months away, giving the defense adequate time to prepare to defend the amended charges. So his trial is supposed to start in October. So yeah, sometime in October. I have to go back and look in my book to see if I've got a date wrote down for that. Okay, so all right, number 10 says that this amendment does not substantially change the state's theory of the case. Wherefore, now comes the state of Indiana by the prosecuting attorney, Nicholas C. McLellan, and prays that the court to grant the state leave to amend the charging information filed in the case on October the 22nd of 2022, and for all other just and proper relief in its premises. So now he's got the kidnapping charge added along with these amended other charges.
Why are they waiting until October to do this trial?
I don't know, but let me look because I know we were talking the other day about different trials that was coming up. I mean,
October is 9 months.
Let me see if I've got it wrote down. I don't remember if there was ever a day said though. And I don't have anything wrote down for October 2024.
Oh, it's kind of strange. 9 months.
Yeah. But that is another one. Even though I didn't completely follow the case, there was a lot of craziness going on with all of the, the organism and all that. I still want to watch the trial. See, Ron Logan's location, body language, and attire sure fits the description more than Richard Allen. I guess prosecution has some damn good evidence or that the local system has framed Allen. Okay, so the Ron Logan guy, that was the guy that the girls were found on his property or close to his property?
I think so.
And he is now deceased, right?
I don't know.
Seems like I heard that he had.
I'm sorry, I had to leave. What were you asking?
Okay, so Ron Logan. He died, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Okay. I just want
And
to
it
make
was
sure
on his land, yeah.
Okay. All right. You said that you have to leave, Lady V, or that you had to, and now you're back.
Oh, no, I was doing something. I'm back.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, the ugly chuckling. Caddy Wampus, how are you? I don't know. There seems like there's a lot of craziness going on with that case, too.
Oh, God. There are so many rabbit holes. Like,
yeah,
an unbelievable amount of rabbit holes.
Probably why I've never followed it.
Yeah, I've been down them all.
So how did this Ron Logan guy, how did he pass away?
He died of natural causes, I believe.
Okay. So it's not like someone went in and did something to him. Okay. Hey, sweet Melissa, how are you? Elsie, yes, it was Donna's coin purse that was found at the guy's residence when they did the search warrant.
You think he'd get rid of that, you know?
And
Unless it's a trophy.
That
I'm
or he found it after the fact. I don't.
I'm wondering though, because in that case, when the night that they found her, it was somebody had called and said that they had found a deceased body on the property next to their property. I don't, and they had to get a search warrant. I don't know if the property that she was found on was this David dude that got arrested, or if he's the one that called and said that he's seen a body on the property next to his.
I
None
don't
of
know.
that, none of those details have came out yet. And I did see somebody in chat say that the hospital should take some accountability for that. She was, I don't know if there's anything they can do about it, uh, just because she was an adult and
No.
legally she could leave on her own free will, even if it's against family or doctor's advice. Um, I think the only way that they could have held her is if it was court appointed that
But did
she had
she?
to stay.
Did she leave AMA?
I know that it was against the family's wishes. I don't know about doctors against their wishes. Um, and it could, it could have been they could have told her she didn't need to leave as well, and she did it anyway. But the fact is, there may be something that the hospital could be held accountable for, because we don't know all the information. More than likely, we'll never know um, all that information because of HIPAA laws. But the female officer, I think, should be
Yeah, she should be
held
disciplined.
She
accountable.
should be held accountable.
Yes,
Yeah, definitely. Oh,
because
I
that
didn't. She was JC. She wasn't charged AMA.
the female officer should have drove her up to a house, whether she got the wrong driveway thinking that it was her brother's driveway and it wasn't. If she would have drove her up the driveway and it was the wrong house, I'm pretty sure Donna would have been like, no, this isn't my brother's house, maybe it's one of the other driveways.
Yeah, you would think so.
Libra, was it the same PCA that I just read for the guy getting arrested?
She's up on this case.
Oh yeah, whenever I got into Discord tonight, I just sit down and pulled Discord up, and I saw the stuff that she had.
Yeah, she's on top of it.
Ex-con, how are you? The officer had to have been seeing something was a bit off with her. Well, even if she was, because they did say that she had mental health issues. That's what her brother said, and that she didn't have the capacity to make the decision that to leave the hospital. Um, but even if the officer didn't see anything mentally wrong with her, she still should have drove her up to a house. It was snowing and it was cold. Like, when does an officer just let you out at the end of a driveway to walk up to a house when you were just released? You just left the hospital in ER.
Well, I would think you'd want to make sure the person that you're taking somewhere, you get them there, because that's what they do, right? Serve and protect.
That wasn't that the reason why she give her the ride from the hospital to begin with?
Right.
I would think so anyway, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Ex-con has some info on Donna Cross too.
Mom, I'm talking to you.
You're always talking to me.
Oh, she was talking to you.
She's very talkative.
She's wanting to talk true crime. Hi.
Her name like that.
That's Scarlett.
Hi, baby Joe.
Lady B. Can you say hi, Scarlett and Lady B?
Hi, Donna. Hi, Maybe.
Oh, hi, little Betty Joe.
My name is Alida. Dada.
What are you going to ask them?
My name is Sobidice.
They know what your name is, but what are you going to ask them?
Oh,
They have fun.
Oh,
I
they're
heard
my
Betty
friends?
Joe.
Yeah.
Yes, she said they're Betty Joe's friends.
Oh, okay. I heard Betty Joe.
Name, my dad.
That's me.
That's you?
Yeah, right there.
Oh my gosh, she's just too cute.
That's Gizmo.
That's bad, Gizmo.
Yeah.
Don't tell her that.
Poor little Gizmo. He's so innocent.
You're so funny.
That Gizmo is not very nice.
Yeah.
Princess, I agree. They should have. Well, I think the brother did say that they were notified that she left, but I don't know if it was at the time that she was getting ready to leave or if she had already left.
You know, whether I agreed with her leaving or not, if she was flat out going to leave, I would have gone there as family to pick her up.
Yeah, I would have to. Okay, so wait. Ex-con says she was a friend of mine. Have you gotten the PCA and the felony arrest details? Ex-con, the only thing that I have, let me go back to my.
I actually looked at his channel. He's got quite a few lives on this.
Okay. Oh wait, that's Richard Allen. Hold on, I'm on the wrong thing here. This is the only thing that I have. Let me pull it back up. It's a screenshot, but it's kind of blurry. But I'll try to pull it up to where you can see it. But it's talking about this David Kleekamp. I guess I'm saying his last name correctly. Is that the one that you're talking about, ex-con? The PCA? Because that's the only one that I have seen. Unless there's another one out. And Libra, is this the one that you're talking about that you said earlier about it coming out? Okay, so that's him. They found her purse in his house. Okay, so ex-con, my email is pinned to the top of the chat, but I will also put it in the chat.
Laker said yes.
Oh, I forgot my email there for a second. Okay, there's my email. Okay, so that was it.
From him too.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be more charges added to her, or added to him, though. I mean, I would think that there, or would hope that there would be if he had something to do with her being deceased. And I actually need to move this.
More will come, he said. There's 4 right now.
Well, I'm going to keep up with it. Person discovered. Oh, that's also her case. I need to put all of the screenshots and documents and everything that I have for her case. I need to put them all in their own folder, just so I can keep up with them. I was trying to look on Facebook earlier. I didn't want to put Richard Allen's in there. Good Lord. I was trying to look, like through Facebook and stuff like that, seeing if I could find any other information, but really wasn't a whole lot on there. I'll send you a bunch of info tonight as I have good info from a close. Okay, thank you, ex-con. I appreciate that. Just responding to a message real quick. I literally got like 40 things going at one time. Okay, see. Libra Moon, I see you had posted something about the the Kansas City fans thing. What is up with the guy that owns the house?
I did all of that when I got home. That sounded crazy though. Oh man, I had his what? Joe.
Is she saying goodnight?
No, she's saying her ABCs.
Well, XCon, thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us. And if you want to come up on panel, just let me know. And I'll be happy to let you up and you can come up and, talk about Donna.
Yeah, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it for sure.
Okay, he is crazy psycho people. And psycho people are saying he's mean and a scientist. I did hear about him being a scientist.
What was he's trying to find a cure for HIV?
I did see that too.
No. Girlfriend, it's 1:30 in the morning. You need to go to sleep. I'm not making you nothing to eat.
That baby's hungry.
You better stop. I can't with this baby. You're silly.
She is too sweet.
She is.
Staring at me.
The baby daddy.
You're so funny.
It was funny.
She loves her mom.
Yeah.
She's my mama next year.
Oh, well, that's
She
okay.
said,
I
I
understood
won't take
that.
her away.
I understood that one.
I
she
won't
said,
take
she's
her away.
my
baby.
mama.
He poisoned someone's drink before, a female, and one lady's husband said she couldn't find his phone, keys, or wallet.
This little girl, I'm telling you.
Libra Moon, I did hear that he was a mean person. Or Reddit, there was some people had posted some stuff about it on Twitter,
Mama.
and they were talking about like he was a bad person, he was mean. Something about I guess he's completely moved out of the house now, and I even looked at the house that you had posted the link to it on one of the websites, I guess when it was for sale or whatever, and I was like looking through the pictures, and depending on where they were watching the game at, if it was in that big back room, back there where the TV was above the fireplace and all that, I just don't see how the dude didn't know that there was somebody deceased on the back porch.
Well, you would think that. Well, I don't know. It depends on. Well, how was his driveway compared to like the front entrance or something? Is it like over where you can see it?
It was off to the side of the front door.
I was going to say because ours is like on the. I can't see anybody.
Well, okay, so if he was to like, depending on where they park, because whenever you pull up in the driveway, it goes up and then it turns to the left into the garage. But
Can you put a picture up?
Yeah, let me grab it out of Discord real quick.
Okay, was that game played in Kansas City?
No,
I don't know.
No, I don't believe it was.
Where is?
That's when they played the Rams, right?
Chargers.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Yeah, I watched that game. I should have known that.
Let me find the one.
No more cookies.
It has I think this is it.
Mom. Oh my gosh.
Okay, hold on just 1 second. I'm about to pull it up. So that way it'll be easier to see. Okay. Let me find the picture. So like you can see the green door over here, and
Yeah.
then the garage doors are right here and the driveway's over here. So if he looks out the front door,
He
if
can't
there's
see it.
yeah, I know there's another. Okay, so the front door you can't see it right now, but it's around that corner. So they would basically have to be parked out on the streets for him to see that their cars
Right.
are still in the driveway. But just depending on where he's at in the house, if he could still, or if he even leaves the house, if you know,
And there was
there's,
snow on the ground.
I
Actually, it was
believe so.
warmer that day, wasn't it?
I
What
don't
was the
know.
temperature that day? I heard that it was warmer,
They played
like
in.
the 30s or something. So
I
it
don't
would have
know.
taken longer for that to happen. Oh, wow. It's
Okay,
a
It's a
nice
nice
so
house.
house.
there's it's this big room right here that's on the back. And okay, that's the front living room by the front door. The dining room. That's by the front. This room right here.
Okay,
I was
so yeah,
if
you
it
can
was
see to the back.
yeah, if they were in this room watching the game, there's the back porch.
Right. Yeah, you
I
can
mean,
see through the windows.
And
right.
one of them was laying on the back porch, right? And the other two were in the yard.
Yes, the girl, whenever so one of the guy's fiancés went to the house. There was nobody there, so she breaks into the house, and she sees one of the guys on the back porch, so she immediately calls 911. When they get there, they start searching, and they find the other two out in the backyard. So if he's not there, then that means he had to leave, and he had to have seen the three cars still there.
Yeah. I mean, okay. I mean, those windows right there, you can see on the back porch.
Right. And out the back door.
I mean, if, okay, without a camera, I wouldn't be able to see who's over by my garage either. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
But we do watch for them to go down our driveway when they leave, make sure they got in and they're okay. Right.
Right.
I mean, I guess not everybody's like that, but
But not everybody
I
has
can't
cameras
imagine.
either.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying, I mean, those, how could he not see out those windows there to
Right.
see
Yeah,
somebody
you can
laying
see out them
there?
windows.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
that's
Doubt
and
about it.
I'm just saying that's if they were in this room watching the game. They might have been up in the front living room. We don't know exactly where they were at in the house watching the game.
but they said backyard, right?
Yes, they were found in the backyard. And I just seen wait, where is it? Okay, so Kelty, what lady was it that said that he was sitting in a chair covered in snow? Was he in a chair on the back porch or out in the yard? Was he?
Something don't sound right with three of them.
No.
It really doesn't. I don't understand how they could rule it non-homicide right now this quickly.
Unless they were doing something besides watching the game and maybe drinking, and they accidentally
Stayed outside in the upper 20s,
like
30s to for that
overdosed.
long to
Right. It's going to be interesting when the talks report comes back. Too fast. Have a good night. Thank you for joining us.
good night, too
Okay.
fast.
So wait, Scarlett, that dude joined a search party knowing they was in his backyard and he lawyered up.
What?
That's a huge red flag.
Wow.
You know they're in your backyard deceased, but you go join a search party for them.
Yeah, that something suspicious.
And it's being said that this guy has poisoned another lady. He's a mean person. Yeah, something's. I have that. That's the first time I've ever heard of a search party though, for 'em.
But
Yeah.
But
if
they could
they're
have. I don't know.
Were they friends of his?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were all friends.
Something don't make no sense.
And the three guys went over to his house and for the ball game, and they didn't leave, and they wasn't found until 2 days later.
2 days. Wow.
Friends since high school. Hey, hold on. I gotta mute for just a second. I'll be right back.
And what day was it they went over there? Was on January? It was in January?
Yeah. What, just a week ago?
Because I think it was the last game of the season before the playoffs. Because the playoffs just
Okay.
started like last week.
Was this a playoff game?
No, I think it was the last game before the playoffs.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I think the talks report is going to determine if there's going to be, if this is going to continue to be just a death investigation or if it's going to turn into a homicide.
Well,
Something
something
don't
is not
sound right
right.
there.
That's just.
Yeah, Michelle, I couldn't either. I if I thought that my friends left my house and then I walk outside and I see their cars are still there, I'm going to know something's up.
No
Yeah.
kidding.
I'm
And
not
you're
just
gonna call the cops.
Right. I'm not just going to leave.
No.
Move
something
out
don't
while
sound
their
right.
cars are still there.
Yeah,
He
something
answered
don't
the
sound
door
right.
for police, and I did hear about the bottle of wine when he answered the door. I don't
I
know.
didn't hear about that. What was that?
I had read that somewhere else.
It'd be cray cray.
I'm hoping soon that there'll be more information that comes out on this, because
Yeah.
none of the families believe that. Hey, Aaron, how are you? That the story that's being told. Okay, and he told Ellie that they must have froze. I did hear that too, Kelsey, that he said that his friends froze to death. It's like he doesn't have any concern that they died in his backyard. Does that not bother him? It don't make sense.
It doesn't.
Oh no. And there's just too many windows that are looking out the back.
Well, and they're almost down to the floor,
Right.
you know?
And if he's not there, like I said, whenever the fiance gets there 2 days later, if he's not there, that means he had to leave out of his house and see that the friend's cars were still there, whether they're parked out on the street or if they're parked in his driveway. He still had to notice them there.
Right.
Yeah.
There's another case in St. Louis. 2 women found deceased in a firefighter's house. I haven't heard of that one yet. When did that happen, Libra, with the firefighter's house? What the hell my dog's barking at?
Is that your son's service animal?
No, he's just a big baby that stays in the house and doesn't do anything. And he never barks. Won't know what he's barking at.
Then I would go check. Mine
We
doesn't bark very often either, except when she's telling my husband to feed the cats.
Well, we've had him since December of 2017, and I've heard him bark 3 times, and that's
Yeah, I
it.
know you said. I know you said here a while back. You were saying that he never barked.
Unless he's asleep and he's barking in his sleep, but an actual bark just 3 times. We've had him. He never makes a sound unless he's one and needs to go out. But I don't know what he's in there barking about now.
Hmm.
Oh, poor
Unless he's playing with the cats.
little girl.
Let's see. Okay, so the one with the firefighter happened a few days ago. Oh, Betty Joe, Gigi says she heard that.
Huh?
Gigi said, I heard that, Betty Joe.
What I say?
I don't know. That's
I don't even know what she said. I
she
told
just
the baby to move over. She pushed me off the bed.
Let's see if I can find this one in St. Louis.
But if she heard something, it was probably the baby over here talking on her play phone.
But Lord, I cannot type. How about the Muskogee teacher who went missing Saturday? Oh, the ugly trucker. I did hear about that one. She was found like in somebody's yard. Like, was it 2 or 3 miles from her house? She was supposedly like supposed to go walk to the store, and then she was found in their front yard. I can't remember if it was their front yard or their driveway.
What is this world coming to?
Craziness. Okay, so 4 days ago, second woman found deceased inside a St. Louis area firefighter's home.
Hmm.
2 families want more answers.
Can you move over a little bit?
There is just like all these crazy cases popping up.
It is, and they're all like really kind of weird too.
Like super weird. So she was found deceased Saturday in what investigators have called a sudden death. She was a local doctor. She was found inside of a home belonging to a firefighter, a man who has connections to another story that First Alert 4 investigators dug into 2 years ago.
Hmm.
Okay, so in 2021, First Alert 4 investigates exposed questions about Grace Holland's death. She died from a single gunshot wound to the head, and they ruled her death as an unaliving by her own hands. But Grace's family was and still is concerned by how the investigation was handled, in part, they say, because Grace's fiance is a captain in the neighboring fire department.
Hmm.
So now, 2 years later, this
Yeah.
39-year-old woman all of a sudden died just
Once.
of death.
Now that's really weird.
That's crazy. I didn't say you were crazy.
You cray, baby Joe.
I said that's crazy. She said, no, I'm not.
You crazy, baby Joe.
Okay, so they were called around 6:45 a.m. Found the 39-year-old female deceased inside. They classified it as a sudden death only. There was no obvious signs of injury or struggle, and the ME's office said that they will need tox reports and other investigation tools to determine the cause of death. Seems kind of weird.
Yeah.
Dude's a firefighter. You know, what happened a couple of years ago, they're saying by her own hands, and now this one is just a sudden.
But she was with him, right?
Yeah, both in his house.
Wow. Well, that'd be some kind of stupid.
I don't know if that's one of those weird cases that something's happened and it doesn't make sense, and it seems like that there's more to it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stop
What is
laughing
she
at this
doing?
baby.
Is she singing?
She's singing the Barbie song.
Oh.
And now she's hiding her face.
Oh, she is fine. Poor thing. She's just wanting to sit up and play with us.
I'm telling you,
She's
she's going to
great.
grow up to be the greatest detective in the whole world.
I guess I should have gave her some Oreo cookies.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have been. You did it.
I
You
had
paid
bought
for
Oreo
it.
cookies, right? And she's ate the whole pack so far.
Oh,
What did you get her ice cream the other night?
Oh yeah, I got her ice cream.
Okay.
Oh my God, no. You're
oh,
not getting
girl,
ice cream right
Scarlett,
now.
I'm telling you, you have got to get you a Ninja Creamy.
I'll have
It
to
is
look one up.
so easy to make this stuff and make it healthy where you don't feel bad. Like if you put yogurt and fruit in it and that's it, you could have ice cream for breakfast.
I can handle ice cream for breakfast.
I could. It's just frozen yogurt and fruit.
Yeah. I love ice cream.
You need to look into this.
Yeah, I'll
Seriously.
have to look into it and check it out. Okay, so 2 days ago, woman who died in local firefighter's home absolutely had life-threatening medical condition, attorney says.
Which one?
I think this is the second one. Okay, so her attorney, speaking to First Alert 4 Investigate, stated that she absolutely had a life-threatening condition. However, her autopsy results are still pending. It's probably not going to say what type of uh, condition she had, though. I'm just trying to skim through it to see what it says. Okay, so they did the autopsy. They're just waiting on the results. They're waiting on the tox reports, which could take 4 to 6 weeks, which does make sense.
Hey, Lisa.
So wait, is this okay? So we also spoke with Sweeney's family again Tuesday, who said they hadn't spoke to her in 2 years. They are hoping for more clarity about what happened. So she had family that didn't speak to her, and now she's deceased, and they're all of a sudden coming out wanting to talk to news people.
15 minutes.
Liza, how are you? NorCal Jim, how are you?
Yeah.
Liza, this is one I hadn't heard of it before, but this is one about two women had been found in a local firefighter's home. One was back in 2021,
Yeah.
and then she died by her own hand. And then this other lady, they said that had passed away there was it was just a sudden death. Is what they rolled it as. Now,
Help.
the one down, I think it's in Oklahoma, in Muskogee. That's going to be an interesting one to find out what happened to that lady, to the school teacher down there.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see what I can find on that one. How do you spell Muskogee? Muscogee?
Yes.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
I think that's how. Wait. Isn't Muskogee? Isn't that where?
Muskogee.
Oh Lord, y'all! I just spelled that all wrong.
I would have. That's why I'm like, I am not even going to try that one.
Okay, so that was what was bringing up something about a Georgia teacher being found in a car in Mexico, deceased.
Thank you, Teresa.
Okay, so this came out 2 hours ago.
What did? I'm sorry, I'm confused.
This article about this teacher
Oh,
in Muskogee. And isn't that the same place that um oh, what was the dude's name that they let him out of jail and he ended up unaliving his girlfriend and her kids and two of their friends?
In Oklahoma?
Yes.
I don't remember. I know which one you're
Yeah.
talking about.
I
In
think
Oklahoma, yeah.
yeah, I
It
think
was
this
in
is
Oklahoma. I
I
don't
want
remember if it was there though.
I want to
I
say
don't know.
that
I don't know.
Muskogee kept getting brought up. Teresa, is this the same place? Muskogee is where the guy was just talking about that did that to his girlfriend or wife or whatever she is and her kids and their two friends. I
It,
can't remember the guy's name.
I can't
it might
either.
be. It might be the same place.
Oh my gosh, that's gonna drive me nuts.
But I don't remember the name either.
Shit. I can see the house where it happened at and the pictures from inside the house that was disgusting, but I cannot remember the guy's name that did it. Okay, so it says family mourns Muskogee teacher found deceased after reported missing for days.
Wow.
So, a family of a Muskogee teacher was grieving Thursday night after she was found deceased earlier that day. She was reported missing last Saturday night. Police say there are no signs of foul play. Amanda Harms was known by her friends as Mandy. She was a mother of three and a grandmother to a little boy. She taught sixth grade math at Muskogee Public Schools and turned 46 on Sunday. So while she was missing, she turned 46.
Wow.
So Shelley Townsend, Harm's mother, always knew that her daughter would grow up to be a teacher. She was a good person. She loved kids, but I actually told her that when she was young that she would be a teacher when she grew up. Mandy earned her master's in education. She was an amazing teacher, just big-hearted, caring, loved her family and her students. Mandy normally celebrates with her mother every year, but this year on her birthday, Mandy was missing. Not being able to wish her happy birthday or, buy a cake and celebrate her birthday, her mother said. It's just sad. That is really sad, y'all. Honestly. So Mandy was found 5 days after she was reported missing, and during 3 of those days, the temperature dropped well below freezing. She couldn't have survived it. It was too cold. If she was out in this cold, she wouldn't have survived, said Shelley. When Shelley got the call that her daughter had been found deceased, she was devastated. It was like a ton of bricks, she said. Your heart is broken and you'll never be the same again. Her family says Mandy battled addiction and that they are holding on to their good memories of her. She did have some ups and downs, of course, but family was everything to my daughter and just a hard worker, kind, and caring person. It's going to be hard, but I know she's in a better place right now, Natalie said. I know that I'll see her again one day. Shelley said Mandy moved to Illinois when she was 19 and moved back to Muskogee 2 years ago. Records show that she got a DUI in November and had been in court for that case on Friday, then went missing the next day. So Muskogee police say that a medical examiner will determine her cause of death.
That's crazy.
Queen of Hearts, that could be.
Was she married?
Oh wait, where did it go? Didn't it say she had 3 kids and a grandbaby? Yeah, mother to 3 and a grandmother to a little boy.
But was she married?
Yeah, I don't know if she was married though. It doesn't say that.
Very suspicious.
Jujubee is correct. Okmulgee, Oklahoma, was Jesse
Yes.
McFadden. That was the one I was thinking about. So
Yes, I'm sitting here trying to look it up.
Muskogee could be the one that Queen of Hearts is talking about, where the 4, the grown men that they went missing and then they were found by the river in pieces.
Yeah.
That was like a year or so ago.
Yeah.
maybe a little bit longer. And it was wasn't they wasn't something with Florida involved in that case?
I have no idea.
It seems like there's something to do with Florida in that case also, and the guy that did it
I
to
don't
him
know.
was from
That could be
Florida or
wrong.
something like that.
The baby
It-
said sure was.
Mhm.
See, she agreed with me.
She
She
don't
would
even
know.
know what we're saying.
She would know.
Even when
Just,
she goes to sleep and she misses things, she still knows.
Mm-hmm.
just face it, Betty Joe. Me and
It
the
gets
baby, we
by
know everything.
osmosis.
Yep.
Yep.
See, the junkyard guy fled there. I think that could. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
That,
I think so. I think he fled to Florida.
maybe that's what it was. I just know. I remember Florida being involved in it.
Shh. Quiet. She's so funny.
There's just so much craziness going on in this world, y'all.
There
And that's
really
why
is.
I don't go nowhere.
Queen of Hearts. I don't know if that was a Muskogee or not. Let's see. Where was that at? It was 4 Oklahoma men. Let's see. Where
We're
was
a
it
little.
at? It was it. They were found on Deep Fork River. Trying to see where exactly that is at though.
I must have missed that. It must have been when I was in school. I don't remember that at all.
This was October 2022.
Yep.
This is when this article came out.
Oh, my back.
But it doesn't say if it's Okmulgee or if it's Muskogee. And the guy's name was Joe Kennedy that did it.
Did they catch him pretty quickly?
I think so.
Probably
Yeah,
like
I don't think it was. It wasn't months and months
no. It seems
before
like
they called him.
I barely remember something about it, but I don't remember it going on long enough for me to pick up on it.
Aubrey.
Let's see.
I'm not under arrest.
See, she's already practicing, Betty Joe.
He's under arrest.
She said, "Stop, Mom. You under arrest."
Okay, so they left for a bike ride. The 4 then were reported missing. Then when they didn't return home, and then they were found 5 days later. And they were
Oh shit! Yeah, I do remember that case.
they were dismembered. Hey Megan, how are you? Teresa, here, I'll drop the link for you in the chat to the article about it. Seems like though that case was like way before 2022, but that's when it came out.
Ain't nobody copying you.
Ava remembers it too.
Queen of Hearts is crazy that one man did what he did to all 4 of them guys. 2 of them are pretty good size. Let's see. Did y'all hear about Scott Peterson's case? The new people. Yes, the
Oh, good lord!
the Innocent Project. Is that what it's called?
Are you kidding me?
Nope. They picked up his case.
Oh my word!
I saw that today too.
That,
Oh my goodness.
that's just wrong.
I think is it out of California?
For a tiny person, you take up the whole bed.
Let's see. I want to say it was the one out of yes, Scott Peterson case taken up by LA Innocence Project.
Wow.
Modesto, California.
I mean, I don't.
I think it was about rugs.
Wait, the Scott Peterson case? Is that what you're talking about, Lady V?
I don't know. That's what Queen. That's what Charnel put. Somebody asked if it was about D rugs, and like Lisa said she thought it was about D rugs, and then Queen of Parts said she thought it was too.
Oh, she must be talking about the case in Oklahoma that we were just talking about with the four guys that
Did you
were
move over, you tiny person?
found deceased back in 2022. Okay, so the crime was in Modesto. The chapter that look it up is in LA. Okay, so when did this article come out? January 18th at 6:48 p.m. So just a few hours ago. Let me pull this one up. Okay. So it says Scott Peterson's case taken up by Los Angeles Innocence Project. The LA Innocence Project has taken up the case of Scott Peterson, who was convicted of murdering his pregnant wife, Lacey Peterson. The nonprofit organization, which represents people convicted of crimes who want to prove their innocence, is seeking new evidence in Peterson's original trial. ABC News was first to report the news. The Los Angeles Innocence Project, or LAIP, represents Scott Peterson and is investigating his claim of actual innocence. I don't understand.
Flabbergasted. I don't know what to say to that.
I don't either.
That he'll try anything.
Well, yeah, definitely, but
Oh, Kelsey, honey, nobody's gonna yell at you if you have that opinion.
yeah.
Yeah, your opinion's welcome here, just like anybody else's. Okay, so I don't even know where I stopped off at now. All right, so Lacey Peterson, 27, was 8 months pregnant with her son Connor when she was murdered in December 2002. It don't even seem like it's been that long, y'all.
No, it doesn't.
So 5 years after they were married, Peterson was convicted of murder in 2004, sentenced to death the following year. The California Supreme Court overturned his sentence in 2020, and in 2021, he was resentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. In April of 2023, Peterson filed a petition to be seen before a judge, claiming that juror misconduct and that new evidence in the case would support his innocence, according to a motion filed in the case Wednesday and obtained by NBC Bay Area. Peterson and the Los Angeles Innocent Project are now seeking new material to be presented in court to prove his innocence in the case in an effort to eventually overturn his conviction, the filing stated. So prosecutors said that Scott Peterson dumped his wife's body in Berkeley Marina on Christmas Eve of that year and tried to cover up the crime by making it appear as if she was missing, according to online court records. Her body later washed ashore. Attorneys for Peterson have argued that his wife was murdered after she stumbled upon a burglary. That's the first I'd ever heard of that.
What?
That's the first time I ever heard of it, too.
So attorneys for Peterson have argued that his wife was murdered after she stumbled upon a burglary. I'd never heard that before.
I haven't
Well,
either.
I thought that very highly.
His team has sought to
You
get
gotta go potty?
to get him a new trial, arguing that one of the jurors, a woman named Rochelle Nice, had hid details and had been untruthful about her personal life. She was accused of prejudicial misconduct after she failed to disclose that she was a victim of DV and had sought a restraining order in 2000 over fears that her boyfriend's ex girlfriend would harm her unborn baby. Nice, who co wrote a book about the case with other jurors, previously denied that her personal experience influenced her during the trial. Court docs stated that several of her answers in a juror questionnaire were false in certain respects, but said that her answers were not motivated by pre existing or improper bias against Peterson and were the result of a combination of good faith and misunderstanding of the questions and sloppiness in answering.
Kelty said it was across the street, the burglary.
Okay. I never heard about that though.
I
Well,
have.
that's what people were saying that a house across the street was broken into.
Well, I mean, that should be easy enough to find out with police records.
No, Margaret. No, it wasn't Amber Heard.
Oh, God.
It was, um, is it Amber Fry? Was that her
Yeah, I
name?
think so.
Yeah.
Heard.
Oh my God. Yeah, Teresa. We saw that. Margaret, that was funny though.
That was funny.
But yeah, I think he done it. I know that there are a lot of people who think he's innocent, and that's completely fine. Me personally, I think he did it. I think he done it because he was with this Amber Fry woman and didn't want to deal with a newborn baby and a wife and all that. And he did what he did.
Didn't want to pay support.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, I would have an open mind to hear. I think he did it, but I would have an open mind. I'm not too proud to change my mind, but boy,
Right.
it'd have to really be something for me to.
They better have some good evidence.
Mm-hmm.
Hey Dee.
It's
Yeah.
like, okay, then there's just so many coincidences. It's crazy. With the boat dock and him going out there, and I don't, that's just,
Yeah. And y'all just think that little Connor, he would be, let's see, if this happened in 2002, he was supposed to be born in 2003. This year, he would
he
be
was
21.
Yep.
yeah.
He would already be grown, possibly married with kids.
Yep. But nope.
Crazy.
Daddy had to do something.
The Innocence Project, they don't usually pick up stuff that they don't feel pretty good about, though.
Mhm.
Well, they better have some daggone good evidence.
Right, because I mean, they are a nonprofit, so it's not like they have the money to spend on something that they don't.
This frivolous, yeah. I mean,
Right.
they're going to have studied it.
Let's see. No, mine was born in 2003, and she's Ava. My youngest was born in 2002. She thinks she's grown. I mean, she's 21, but she still needs mama.
They all do.
Oh yeah.
My oldest is 33 and he still needs me.
Yep. All three of mine do, which is fine. Remember, he dyed his hair and was on his way to Mexico.
Yep.
I do. Yes, his hair. He dyed it blonde, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did not flatter him, in my opinion.
But I mean, what's the point of if you're innocent? What's the point of dyeing your hair and trying to flee to Mexico?
Well, some people would say because he was trying to get away from all the people that were following him.
Well, the press and all that.
Yeah.
Well, that is true.
But you don't flee to Mexico just to get away from it all.
No, because that makes you look hella
Yeah.
guilty.
Yes.
Longer than Amber Rep by Gloria. Wait, Margaret, her name isn't Amber Fry? Megan, I do too. I think it had a lot to do with the mistress.
Okay.
No, it did.
Let's see, ever committed anything? And I want to run away the ugly struggling. I just want to go to an island somewhere where it's nice and warm. Get out of this cold weather. I'm so over the cold weather.
So am I. All week long, it's down in the teens.
Yeah, it's now next week is supposed to be like up in the upper 60s and 70s, but it's going to rain every day.
Yep, Wednesday,
So,
Thursday, Friday. It's going to be in the 70s and
No,
rain.
that's right. It was Amber Fry.
okay, so it was. All right. Yeah, I think he did it. I think that that's the reason why he done it. Was because of her, and maybe as far as her knowing that he did it, I don't know. I don't know if she knew about it and didn't say anything, and he never threw her into the fact of knowing it. He's kind of kept her out of it, or she really just didn't know anything. But I think his reasoning is because of her.
Yeah.
Liza get the filings for what? For Scott Peterson's stuff? I can do a FOIA. He had already told the mistress that Lacey died before she was missing. I do remember something about that, Ava, but somehow I got confused on if it was he told her after she was missing, but not yet found, or if it
No,
was before.
I think he had told her that his wife had been unalive while they were dating, that he had recently lost her.
Okay. Take care of your guys. I was like, oh my God, Margaret, -10 in New York City.
Yeah, they're supposed to be getting a snowstorm coming that way.
I feel sorry for people, honestly, that is in weather like that.
I do in New York because you guys walk most places, don't you?
Yeah, New York does. I mean, they drive, but most of the places you can walk to.
Oh, right. Um, Liza, yeah, I could probably do a FOIA. I don't know if
Lay down.
if they're fixing to redo his case and open it back up. Um, I don't know if they would allow me to have it or not while it's an open case. Chris Watts has a girlfriend now since he's been in prison. Why would somebody want to date these guys who is in jail or in prison for murdering their family?
And not getting out.
Right, like
What's the point?
they
Maybe it's
were
safe.
they were found guilty. They're in there. They're not coming out. Like they were accused of hurting their family and they're in prison.
And he admitted to it.
Yeah. Like his pregnant wife and two babies. I don't understand women. Jeez.
I don't understand that way of
Especially
thinking
they're
myself.
not getting out. What are you going to do?
Well, maybe
Talk to
it's
them
safe.
through a glass?
I mean, is it? I mean, I can't say companionship because you're only talking to them basically through letters and telephone calls and visitations.
I'm sure they're asking for money to be put on their account. And
Maybe they like the fact that they give them some attention, so the woman will give them money to put on their books.
right. And then you wonder how many others he's talking to, you know?
Right.
Exactly. Never trust
Uh,
it. Or trust a guy in an orange jumpsuit.
Oh hell, no.
yeah. So Chris Watts is in the same prison as Daryl Brooks.
Oh lordy.
I don't know.
I hope Daryl Brooks talks their ear off. I hope he drives him
I
insane.
hope he does too. Oh my gosh.
Hey, maybe they become roommates.
Hey, Jamie. Yeah, that's what they need. They need to put Daryl Brooks in with, if Kohberger's found guilty, they need to put him in there with Chad Daybell.
Hold on.
All these crazy guys, they need to throw Daryl Brooks in the cell with them and just tell him, you know what? Just talk their ear off.
Yep.
Drive them crazy.
I don't think they'd have to tell him. I think they would anyway.
True. And if they
He's
try to
already-
argue with him,
Best friends for life.
Yeah, I don't.
like if the dude would argue back with the judge,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
like
Probably argue back with a shoe.
he's gonna argue back with the people he's locked up with. Megan, Daryl Brooks is the guy. What parade was it that he ran the people over? Was it a Christmas
Oh.
parade?
Yeah, it was a Christmas parade in Wisconsin, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And so, wait, who asked me? Megan. Okay, so Megan, he was the guy that got in his car, drove through a parade, and through all the people in the parade and all that. He goes to court, and during his trial, he represents himself. He argues with the judge. He is screaming and hollering in the courtroom. They had to remove him from the courtroom and put him in a little courtroom.
And he still screamed and yelled.
Yeah.
And didn't y'all say he was building a fort with his boxes of files?
Yeah, all his
Yeah,
boxes
with his
around
boxes
him.
of files. They were taken
Oh my
away
God.
from him.
Sometimes I have to sit down and just watch that from beginning to end because I got bits and pieces. That thing.
Oh, you'll laugh. You'll laugh.
Yeah,
Oh no, I saw a lot of it. I just want to see like all of it because
Yeah, there was a lot that I missed, or there might have been some, like on some days I didn't get to watch it, but I had to catch like the highlights of it.
right.
So I didn't get to watch everything. I completely missed the fort build though.
But when he starts yelling at the judge or getting smart with the judge, it's like you want to go through the TV after him.
Oh, that woman was a saint, man.
Yeah, she had patience.
a
She had
saint.
patience.
I don't know how she done it. I really don't.
I don't either.
You're so tired. Are you fibbing to me?
See, I remember in the Peterson
Ouch.
case they had forensic evidence. If the forensic evidence was made up, it would be huge. It's going to be interesting, Liza, to see what this new evidence is that will prove his innocence.
Ouch, you're
But the
hurting.
thing is, though, if it does turn out that Scott Peterson really didn't do this,
Okay.
in all
Oh,
these
wow.
years, the person who really done it has still been out there.
Yeah.
Letitia South has a boyfriend?
Oh my God.
Oh my Lord.
Wait, Libra Moon, are you serious right now?
That poor man.
Like, does he know what he got himself into? Did he
Dark
not
Raven.
watch the trial?
Whatever, yada yada. Blah blah blah.
Every time I hear somebody say yada yada,
I know, me too.
I think of
Oh,
Letitia
say
South.
yada, yada.
There's a commercial.
There's some things you just never unhear.
There's this cell phone
Toilet
commercial
boy? What?
that Toilet Boy.
I'm tired.
I know you're tired.
Wait, who is a Toilet Boy, GGB?
I have no idea. Kohberger has a long lost love in Kentucky.
Yes, that is that. What is her name?
I don't know.
That's the lady that she lives in Kentucky, and the guy that was in the prison in Kentucky, she went to see him, and he had to tell the prison, like, don't let her back in here to see me. What is her name? Is it Tiffany?
I don't remember.
can't remember if that's her name or not. So wait,
What?
Letitia's boyfriend is Who is Toilet Boy, GGB?
I
That's a
know who
hell of a
Turtle
name.
Boy is. I don't know who Toilet Bowl Boy is.
Yeah, I've heard about Turtle Boy, but not Toilet Boy.
So Carrie's got it all. Caricature. I know her. She's a sweetheart. I don't get to catch her lives very often.
Yada yada yada, whatever. But
Blah blah.
so there's, like I was saying, there's this cell phone commercial, and they're talking about the contracts, how it has yada 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 in it or whatever. And every damn time that commercial comes on, I think of Letitia's Couch.
I know.
Every
Oh,
time.
yeah, I know what commercial you're talking about.
Yep, I do too.
Wait, she talked through the toilets to the men in the jail. That don't surprise me.
Oh,
That
That
don't
don't
surprise
surprise
Lord.
me either.
Me either.
me. Baby straight up said me either.
Me either.
Me either.
Not you, me.
Say, where'd you get that shelf?
This is the shell.
Wait, what did she say?
She said, where you get that shelf?
I see Dad get that shelf.
Oh my
Dad
god.
is that shelf to
Because the
home.
way she says shelf, it's like
Uh,
she's got like a little twang.
hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, she's
She's just too
She's a
sweet, Betty
southerner.
Joe.
a southerner.
Nana, I need baby mommy.
No, she's not Betty Joe.
Baby, you don't know. No, you'll understand when you're older.
But I go for baby.
You're gonna be 4.
I go baby.
No, stop arguing with me. You're gonna be 4.
No, I go baby.
Hey, Callie Dime, how are you?
Hey, Callie.
Technically, yeah, you'll be 3.
Wait, there's a channel that I listen to that reads Letitia's daily requests. You would not believe what a pain in the butt her request. Where do you see her daily
Yeah, I
request
was.
that just on?
Put that in Discord, please.
I would. It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, if she's talking to a dude through the toilets,
Nothing would surprise me with her.
No.
do the toilets in jail have water in them?
You know, I
I don't know.
think so. My husband was in one time. They had a stop up in there, and he had to go in the middle of Gin Pop and stand out in the middle and unclog it.
I bet you he had fun with that, didn't he?
Yeah, and the guards left him there by himself.
Oh, see, I would have had a fit.
He was scared to death. I'm like, you're never going to do that one again.
Yeah, that is very serious thing.
Yeah.
Good night, sweetheart.
And this was the one that BTK's in.
Oh,
He wasn't in there at the time, though.
Right,
good night, little Betty Joe.
Good night,
Good
baby
night.
Joe.
Say good night.
Nice size.
Say good night, guys.
Good night.
What? Oh my God.
Oh my God, Kelsey.
Read Ugly Truckin'.
Wait, who?
Ugly Truckin'.
Wait, where is this? I met my
On her
wife while
hand.
dropping. It's in the big house next door.
Oh my God.
God.
Y'all, I could see it though, and there is a way that inmates can communicate through the
Oh, yeah.
toilets. There was it was Hulu, Netflix, or one of those. They had a documentary about like the women that was in jail and how they communicate with the different floors. Like their floor was whatever floor, but then there was like inmates below them that was guys, and there might have been inmates that above them that was other female inmates or whatever, and they would pass messages between the floors through the toilets.
Yeah. I mean, I mean, they're in there how many 23 hours a day or something?
Yeah, I think so.
That would not
that's
surprise
all
me.
they got to do is, take time to they have plenty of time to figure out how to
That y'all,
communicate.
the toilet talk, that is their social media.
Yep.
Okay. Then they have their candy makeup and their toilet paper roller hair rollers.
I think that was ladies' feminine product myself.
Oh, it could have been that too. I'm trying to think what else they have. I'm pretty sure they can get creative with dyeing their hair,
Mm-hmm.
but for
It's a
sure,
poop color brown.
I mean, the Jolly Rancher makeup, y'all.
That was
Nobody does it like Lori.
no. She went a little overboard, I think.
The orange Jolly Rancher makeup that she had on with her orange jumpsuit,
She was trying to match.
she clashed
She did. That was
big
bad.
time. Letitia has toilets, Lori has portals. Telling you, if Lori would just sell the portals to the other inmates, she could
Yeah.
make enough money to pay for Chad Daybell's private attorney.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think with tablets, could they like communicate with other male inmates or something?
I wouldn't think in the same jail they could. Um, because that's how I'm wondering. Like whenever I was talking earlier about Lori and Chad, that they're gonna be able to communicate. That could be though because they were married before they were arrested. So that could be the reason why they're gonna allow them to.
As
Are they still married?
Yeah,
far
as
as
far
I
as I
know.
know. Yeah, as far as I know, I haven't heard of any divorce or anything like that happening.
Letitia calls it prisony land.
Oh Lord. I wish I could be. Well, no, I was gonna say I wish I could be a fly on the wall in a jail cell with Letitia, but
Mm-mm.
I mean, technically, a fly can only live 3 days. I would be dead in 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's like that woman.
You wouldn't
Mm,
even last 10.
you'd be exhausted.
I feel sorry for her cellmate if she has one.
I don't know. It depends on who her cellmate is. I might not.
I wonder if they offer conjugal visits between married couples who are both incarcerated at the same facility. If
Oh,
they're Elliot, if they're prison, they're. I don't think they have. I don't know. There may be some prisons that house both male and female, but I know most states have like a men's correctional facility, and then they have one for the women.
right.
Let's see. Thistle said, "Lady D or Scarlett, do you know about her jail calls?"
I know a little bit about it. I've watched Allie and Melissa Jade a tiny bit, but I haven't got to see all of them. No.
I know that Melissa has been doing a lot of the Letitia Stouch stuff, court files or whatever it is, over on her too. She's been doing them for probably more than a month, probably.
Yeah, Allie Erickson has been doing it too.
But I haven't had a chance
Prison
to
call.
go and listen to any of it.
The ones I've mainly heard are between her and her daughter.
The one that she flip her daughter off or something like
Oh my
that.
God.
Yeah.
If I was her daughter, I don't think I'd call her.
If I was her daughter, I'd disown her.
Aunt
Yeah.
Brenda, oh my word, Aunt Brenda.
I don't think her daughter bothers with her anymore, though. I think they're all old phone calls.
Girl, that color orange makes you look fat. That's Aunt Brenda. You look
Wait,
heavy.
who is Aunt Brenda?
It's Letitia's aunt, I guess.
Oh, I must have missed her during the trial.
She's just as bad as Letitia.
Oh, she is.
Oh God, I'm glad I missed her then.
She's like, girl, you look heavy. You look really
It's
heavy in
like,
that.
girl, you need to be in there with her.
Oh my God, another Letitia.
Mm.
Mm.
Jeez.
Now we see where she got it.
That's like Lori and Melanie, her niece.
Yep. Now you see
Melanie,
where Melanie got it.
yeah, Melanie is literally a miniature version of Lori.
Mm-hmm.
It's, which, I mean, technically it would have been bound to happen anyway because, Melanie's mom passed away when she was younger. And
Right.
so Lori, she was with Lori a lot. Lori basically raised her and Alex. She was kind of, you know, between the Lori and the other brothers and all that. And so it was bound to happen, but she is just a spitting image of Lori. She makes me sick.
Yeah.
Her and Melanie Gibbs both.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't like that woman.
I think they all need to be in prison.
I do too.
Yeah. They're all just, I don't know, they're crazy.
I won the battle. The baby's asleep.
Oh, wow.
Dang, she went out quick, didn't she?
Yeah. And she took a nap today.
She exhausted herself. All right, y'all, real quick. It shows we got 109 people in here with only 69 likes. If y'all
Uh-oh.
have not hit the thumbs up, please do so.
If you want to join, you can also go to the members tab and become part of the Discord.
Oh, shit, what am I doing? Hold on. I'm trying to move something, and I'm moving StreamYard and everything. Jeez.
I tell you what, I haven't used a regular computer in like 7 or 8 years. And it's
Takes
quite a learning curve.
a while to get used to it, don't it?
Yeah, it really does after that long. I mean, I remember everything. It's just, you get used to doing it all on the iPad and iPhone. It's like, oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Okay, I'm looking real quick because I just want to see if there was any new information on Nicole Baldwin's case. And I'm not seeing any. I know that I think they're putting together another search for her. Let me go to Facebook real quick.
Lana's, I think, is Truth and Transparency.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I'm not seeing anything on Nicole's. Just that they're going to do another community search for her on Sunday.
How long has it been?
She went missing. Hold on, I gotta find the date. It's hard for me to keep up with all these dates. Last seen November the 2nd of 23.
Sorry, Don, that one's got to go.
So let's see, November, December, January. So a little over 2.5 months.
Wow. Why does that one seem longer?
And we've only known about it for what? A little over a month now?
Yeah.
Because it was like right at a month or maybe a month and a few days that I had heard about it. Did you know that Tiffany Lucas has a $2 million bond? Libra, I think I've got her bond
Are you
amount
kidding me?
down. Yeah, I don't understand why she has a bond amount. It
Oh.
makes absolutely no sense to me.
No.
Um,
Facebook made me do it.
I can't. The woman's crazy.
She is. She's she is a narcissist.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She done it. She knows she done it, but she wants to try to blame
Everybody else.
social media.
Mm-hmm. That's what narcissists do. Nothing's ever their fault.
Well, when she goes to prison, she'll get all the social media she wants to toilet talk. That will be her new app.
Toilet talk.
Absolutely.
Okay, so there is nothing new on Katie Ferguson's case.
Hmm.
And they still have not released the body cam footage for the other two stops when they stopped Adam in Texas and Colorado. I thought by now they would have at least released the Texas one.
Hey guys in chat, let's not talk about another creator, please.
Yes, if you're bashing another creator, then your comment will be removed. I'm
Not
looking at
the
Adam
king. We
now.
just don't want any drama.
And there's nothing new on Adam's stuff either. The boyfriend that was arrested or the baby daddy of the two little girls, there's nothing on his stuff either.
That's all right, Callie. I know you get to talking and forget. I just didn't want you to think I was just being mean. Okay, what two little girls? I'm sorry.
Adam and Katie's two little girls. Katie Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was talking about the dad, Adam. There's nothing new on any, like his case either, where he was arrested. There's nothing at all.
Yeah, I had Montgomery on the brain.
Let's see, who else have we talked about? Crystal Rogers. I did look at that one today. There's nothing new on it. I need to go to Discord so I can see all we've been talking about.
There wasn't anything new with Rex Heuermann either, was there, or his wife?
Not that I've seen. I'm sorry for Googling. I didn't realize her case was against another creator. I wouldn't have mentioned it earlier. No, it's good, Elliot. Yeah, I haven't heard anything on Rex's case since I went over it last night, and the fourth charge and all that. Lindsay Clancy. I have heard, and I know that it's probably not true, but it is a rumor that's going around that there's some people that is saying that the dad in the Lindsay Clancy case, she's the lady who did that to her 3 kids, and then she jumped out of the second story window.
Oh, yeah.
And tried to unalive herself, but she lived. There is a rumor going around, or it was going around a couple of weeks ago, that the dad, before he left to go pick food up, that the dad is the one who did this to the kids and then threw her out the window and then left like it was, and tried to make it out to look like she's the one who done it. Now, I don't
talk.
I think she can talk. I cannot remember if I have seen where she is, if she's still paralyzed or not.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to.
That could be a good possibility. He did do that.
But it's, as of right now, it's a rumor.
Right.
If that is what happened or whatever, I'm pretty sure, like, they could verify
They'll
that
be able to
he
tell.
was where he said he was to pick the food up and stuff like that.
Right.
But it could have happened that way. He could have done it and then, threw her out the second story window and then hurry up and left.
Oh.
But I don't know.
I didn't know that.
She has been able to walk and talk since I didn't know she was able to walk since day 2. I thought she was in a hospital bed whenever they did her first court appearance because she couldn't walk.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a rumor, so there's no confirmation that he done it. He could be completely innocent, and she done it. It wouldn't surprise me if she did it. I mean, it's how many cases have we seen here lately where the mom has hurt their their babies. But that is a rumor that is going around. There's just no proof. that
Courtney Clenny had a new video come out today. The
Courtney Clooney is that
fans
the OF? Okay, the OnlyFans girl.
yeah, OnlyFans, whatever.
Yeah, I haven't really kept up with her case, but isn't she supposed to be going to court? Like
I think
trial?
2024, later this year, I think.
Okay. See, she was in the bed, couldn't really talk. I believe there was some nodding, but that's it. Let's see what she goes. She's very narcissistic according to the video. I watched about it. Okay, yeah, I thought she wasn't able. I thought she was paralyzed. But
I
that
think
was
she is.
You throw yourself up the window.
yeah.
I think didn't they say that she severed her spinal cord or something?
I thought so. I thought she was paralyzed. I thought she was going to be paralyzed for.
Yeah, I thought that's what was said too. But that's been, God, that was like the first of 2023, wasn't it? Or maybe the end of 2022?
Something like that.
Yeah, it was a while back.
Let me see when that happened.
Hey, Kate Brace.
Let's see. That happened. Okay, so wait, she has been ordered held without bail as she is treated at a mental health facility.
Yeah, she's in a mental health facility.
Lindsay?
Okay, so, yeah, that was December 15th of 2023.
That kind of sounds like they think she did it to herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, she threw herself out the window.
Yeah.
But I thought they said that she was paralyzed because it severed her spinal cord.
I
don't really know.
I'm trying to see when it happened, though. Dang it. Okay, there was something 12 hours ago. This is DNA test approved for Duxbury's Lindsay Clancy, who was accused of murdering her 3 kids. See, so a Superior Court judge has approved prosecutors' request to obtain a DNA sample from Lindsay Clancy, the Duxbury woman facing murder charges in the death of her 3 children last year. Superior Court Judge William Sullivan approved the request Wednesday at the Brockton Superior Court. So they're wanting a cheek swab. No, it says she is paralyzed. Okay,
Yeah.
so Clancy is paralyzed from the waist down after going out a second-floor window in her bedroom after the January 24, 2023 deaths of her 3 children. So it hadn't even been a year yet. Almost a year.
Wow, that seems like it's
Yeah, was it 23rd or 24th?
Yeah, 24th of January.
Yeah.
Okay, so she remains at the Tewksbury Hospital where her October arraignment was held with her presence. Given her condition, Clancy agreed to waive her presence for at least 2 court dates. Okay, so yeah, she's still... I thought I had heard that she was paralyzed, but I didn't know it.
Yeah, I thought so.
Either way, she did it. And should she be in prison?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
She took
She
them
does.
3 babies.
If she did, definitely deserves to go there.
Now, was it postpartum psychosis or whatever they call it?
It could have been, but that's no excuse to go do that to your 3 kids.
No.
Because they did say that she was getting help for that.
Right.
Like, there was proof that she was getting help for that.
Yeah.
But,
Oh my gosh, who was the... Oh gosh, I can't remember her name. I can see her face. The one, I think it was back in the 80s or 90s that she put her kids in the car.
Oh, you're talking about Susan Smith?
Yes.
Yeah, she's about to be... She's, I think, up for parole.
And her
Yeah, she is.
Her husband said that that's what her problem was. I thought it was over a boyfriend, but
I know that the postpartum thing is a very touchy subject. I think that's one reason why I didn't cover Lindsay Clancy's case, because the night or two that I did talk about it and the postpartum psychosis and all that was brought up, there was some people that were getting upset over it. Some people agreed that it could have been that. Some people agreed that
It's
it
hard to
wasn't
tell. You
that.
don't.
Right. So that's one reason why I really didn't cover the case too, of it being three little kids.
Yeah.
But it very well could be postpartum, but that's still not an excuse of why she did what she did to her
Oh,
kids.
No,
absolutely not.
especially because she was
So
getting help,
right. And there is proof that, she was getting help for it.
and she should have been an inpatient instead of an outpatient.
Yeah.
I mean, it's something that, whether we like it or not, it's something that is real and it's going to be addressed. Sometimes there's just really no getting out of it.
Right.
And it's not like for people, I never had a problem with it, but there
I
are
did.
some women who get it and it's really bad for them. And they struggle a lot with it. And I understand that. But but look how many people, how many women who do have it, but don't go and do this to their kids.
Right.
So I just don't think it was an excuse. And the Susan Smith woman,
Ugh,
that y'all, I saw a picture of her. Okay, she looks nothing like she looked when she was standing up there in front of those news cameras begging for this guy to bring her babies back, knowing the whole
Yeah.
times where they were at. She looks nothing like that. But over the years since she's been in prison, she has gotten in trouble several times for substances, uh, intimate relationships with guards,
Mm-hmm.
and now she's up for parole.
Up for parole.
Did her husband stay with her?
No, he divorced her.
I think so. Now, I seen somebody ask about Lindsay Clancy's husband. Um, I don't know if he stayed with her, but it does seem like that I remember him saying that he brought up her postpartum and didn't want people judging her or something to that effect because of it. Didn't want people being mean to her. And I didn't understand that. Like, this dude he wasn't really defending her.
Well, that's like Susan Smith's husband.
I mean, if somebody did that to my kid,
Shoot.
they better be hiding. I don't give a shit who it is.
They better be somewhere.
Andrea Yates was another one.
Maybe that's who it was, not
She's the
Susan.
one who drowned her.
In the bathtub.
Yep. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she chased the one down through the house
Yeah.
and drowned him. Yeah.
But she's also the one who said that she should have, that it was known that she didn't want to be left alone with the kids because she was gonna.
But I mean, she had, what was it, 5 kids? 4 or 5.
Something like that. I think it was 4.
I mean, her husband had to work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, what was they going to do? Hire her a babysitter?
Well, at the one point, I think her mother was staying with her.
But at the same time, if her husband knew, if she's sitting here telling her husband, hey, I don't need to be left alone with the kids because I'm going to hurt them.
Because I don't feel right, or, something's wrong.
Right. So she's warning him. So why didn't he do something about it? Why didn't he get her help?
I don't know.
So Andrea is in a mental hospital.
Yeah.
Diane Downs. I don't guess I remember her. Let me look her up.
She's the one who shot her kids.
Oh God.
But she's. Didn't they Wasn't she on death row?
Okay, so she murdered her daughter and attempted to her other two children near Springfield, Oregon in 1983. That's probably why I don't remember her. Because it was in the early 80s. Doesn't say where she's at, though.
I don't know.
If she's apparently she's still alive because there's not like a date of death on here.
Back chat. Bye-bye.
All right, have a good night, Lady B. Thank you for coming up. So yeah, that's probably why I don't remember Diane Downs, because it was like early 80s. I was 2 at the time. But Susan Smith and Andrea Yates, I remember. Okay, so Andrea Yates, which was actually able to get out of the mental institute quite a while ago. However, she still says that she belongs there and won't leave. So Callie, she knows that in a way that's her taking accountability.
Yeah, for her actions and what
Right.
she did.
I still think that if she's in a DP state, she should have got the DP, but
Yeah.
But she is taking accountability, or that's what it sounds like she's doing, if she knows that she belongs there. But if she's sitting here telling her husband that I don't want to be left alone with the kids because something's not right, or I'm going to hurt them or something like that, he should have
gotten her help.
Right. He should have taken that warning and done something about it. Let's see. Did you guys hear about Yolanda Salvador going up for parole soon? She is the manager. Oh, no, Thistle. I didn't hear about that. I thought that lady got life, though. Margaret, yes. Susan Smith is the one that left them in their car seats in the van. Yeah.
She did get life. So how's she going to get out?
I don't know. I thought she got life, though, but maybe she got life with the possibility of parole.
Well, she might have.
I mean, honestly, though, Selena still has fans. And if that lady does get out, I don't think she'll last long. I really don't. Avery, yes. I'm going to be here for a few more minutes, not too much longer.
Would Avery do? Fall asleep and come back?
I don't know. She just said y'all still live. Avery, did you get your situation taken care of? Okay, postpartum was real. I had seen it. Thanks to Lord, the doctors of my mother's friend got her help. She had to get strong to lower estrogen. That is back in the 70s. Yeah, it is a real thing, Maza. And a lot of women, it's really, they struggle with it really badly. Like they really do. For anybody to say that that it's not a real thing, you're completely
it's a real thing.
Yeah, you're completely wrong if you think it's not. Some women don't, like, they have it, but it's not as bad. Then other people have it really, really badly. Let's see, no, I haven't responded yet. Avery, did you see what I wrote you? That is just crazy. Gabriel Hernandez. Okay, so Libra Moon. Gabriel, that's the little boy, isn't it? That there's pictures of him on Google. Is that the one that you could see that had, like, where he's been abused?
He's the one who was killed by his mother.
I've heard the name before. Let me see if
there's a documentary on Netflix about him.
Okay. It's maybe a different little boy that I'm thinking of then.
He was 8 years old, 8 years old. and was being abused, locked in a box in a room,
Okay, yeah,
and
I
beat
see.
up all the time. He passed away from his injuries.
Because I know that there's a little boy that you can look up his name, and for some reason I'm thinking it's this one. And there's actual photos of him with his injuries
Yeah,
on
that's
Google.
him, Gabriel.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, he was a cute little boy.
And both the parents got life without parole. And
Good.
last I heard, that the mother had got beaten up really bad, and I guess some of them tried to set her on fire.
Good. You shouldn't have did what she did to her kid.
That's the last I ever heard.
I've never watched a documentary. I don't know if I could or not.
It's sad. It is very sad. I watched it and cried all the way through it. So
Yeah, and it's Lieberman who said CPS failed him. It seems like CPS
but
fails a lot of kids.
yeah, they really did.
And I just don't see how a mother can do something like that or allow someone else to do something like that to their child.
No, just like with Harmony, CPS
Yep.
failed her too.
Yep. Summer Wells
Yep.
failed her. I mean, look how many times CPS was supposed to come out the day after Summer went missing.
Yeah.
And look what happened. They didn't take the kids. Like they took the boys after Summer went missing. What was it, like a month or two ago? A month or two after she went missing, they finally took the boys completely out of the home.
Yep.
I mean, it's a little too late at that point. You've already got a kid missing.
Yeah.
And I pray that Summer is eventually found and she's safe, but I really don't think she ever will be.
Mm-mm. Just like the little girl that went missing in Bridgeton, New Jersey, not far from where I was born and raised.
Which little girl was that?
That Spanish little girl, what's her name? I can't pronounce her name. She was 5 years old. She went missing from the park.
Oh, is that the was
Rez
her?
or something like that.
Okay, no, this may be a different one. Wasn't there one called? Her name was Lena Keel or something like that.
No, that might be a different one, but
I
this
think.
one went missing from the Bridgeton Park. She was 5 years old. She was her little brother. He was 2.
Oh, I don't remember that one. When did that happen?
She's 9 years old now. She would be 9 years old.
Okay, so Lena went missing in the park in San Antonio. Okay. Yeah, that little girl still hasn't been found either.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's an ongoing thing with these parents.
Parents, just random strangers doing stuff.
Because this one that happened in New Jersey, she was 5 years old with a 2-year-old little brother playing in the park while her mother and her mother's sister sat in the car. You don't do that.
No, I don't understand how oh crap, I'm minimize that. How parents don't watch their kids.
No, that's crazy.
Okay, so what is it? Is it Dulcie?
Yeah,
Maria Alvarez?
Yep, that's her.
Let me look her up. I might remember if I've seen her picture. Okay, so she's 5-year-old American girl disappeared from Bridgeton City Park in Jersey, September the 16th, 2019.
Yep.
So she had her 3-year-old brother, 8-year-old niece was with her. Her pregnant mom was in a car 30 yards away.
Yeah, but the little girl and the little boy were the only two in the park. Well, because the mother and the niece were sitting in the car.
That is crazy. And it seems like I have seen her picture.
She's a pretty little girl. Because at first they thought the father had taken her.
Hmm.
And it checked out that he didn't because he lived in Mexico.
Okay, so there's on this Google thing, it says as if she's been found. And it said that there is a suspect, and he's described as a light skinned Hispanic male, 5 foot 8 inches tall, driving a red van. Police have no strong suspects as of June the 15th of 2023.
Right. It's just a shame.
Okay, so after she went missing, they executed a search warrant for her home.
Mm-hmm.
But
Because they thought the mother had done something.
but she still remains missing. 4 years after Dulcie's disappearance, investigative reporter Claudia Vargas took a fresh look at the case. It's crazy because a lot of these kids that go missing, they're put into the trafficking scene.
Mm-hmm. And see, that's what I think was either with her or Summer. You don't know.
Hmm. Yeah. So the parents of the toddlers in Texas. Which ones, Liza? And Margaret, I agree. There's parents that don't want the kids, but they have them, and then they don't take care of them,
Mm-hmm.
and they mistreat them and abuse them, or they unalive them. Where there's a lot of parents or a lot of people out there that would adopt them. There's also a lot of kids, though, which is sad, that is in foster care until they're 18, waiting to be adopted.
Yep.
See, Summer's case is drama. I'd leave removed. That's why I won't touch the case.
Yeah. I used to follow that case. I can't no more because of all the drama.
It's all bullshit. There's certain people who think that they own the case and that they're the only ones that can talk about it and blah blah blah. And so yeah, that's why I won't even touch it, because I was following one creator for like the first year and a half. The Summer went missing, and going back and looking back at it now, I don't believe anything that the creator said. So I don't know what's true and what's not true and what really has happened and what's really been said, and
Right.
you know, all this and that. It's entirely too much drama for a little girl that's missing.
Yes. Way too much.
So it's just I won't, I hope and pray that the baby's found and she's okay. But now they're saying she's being held for money. They have said so much in that case,
Yeah.
honestly, that nothing surprises me now of what they're saying. I heard that Hunter's mom, Allie, had passed away, but then I heard she really didn't.
Right. So you don't know what's true and what's not.
Right, which I did hear to begin with. She, I guess, had a stroke or something, and she was in a hospital in ICU, and then they said she passed away, but then they said it was a lie. She really didn't. She's still alive. So I don't know. I hope the woman's okay. I don't wish anything bad on her.
No.
I hope she is okay. But and if she has passed on, pray for her family. But I don't get why people want to lie and say, "Oh, she has," and turn around and say, "No, she hasn't."
Mm-hmm. Just to
So
bring more drama to the case.
it's like they're trying to get the attention off of a certain thing and keep it on something else as a distraction. So that's what they were saying, Lady V, that she was brain dead. Let's see, why do I think the name Candy is involved? Tip in Summer's case. Have I heard the name Candy in her case before? I've heard so many names in that case. It's hard to keep up with them all. Callie, they don't care. Honestly,
As long as they make that money and keep the drama going, they don't care.
that's what it all boils down to. It's if one person's talking to Summer's parents, then there's other people who are getting mad about it.
Mm-hmm.
And for what reason, it makes no sense.
And then the parents just keep it going by coming up and talking and being drunk on people's lives. And it's just a whole big mess.
Yeah, a lot of okay. Yes, that is right. Candace's name, they called her Candy. Then everybody was calling the grandmother Candace. They was calling her Grandis
Mm-hmm.
to keep it from being confused about which Candace they were talking about. Yeah, there's a lot that don't make sense in that case, honestly.
No. And I'm glad the boys are out of there and happy.
Right. And the last I had heard was that they didn't want to come back.
Nope.
In the Libra Moon Rose's case is a little weird too. Candace's sister Rose, who went
Yes.
missing and still
See.
hasn't been found, super sus.
Mm-hmm. Because that happened, and then what? That happened when? 2009?
Uh, that that's probably right.
And then what? In 2020, Summer goes missing?
2021.
Something like that, yeah. It's just strange.
Okay, yeah, it was 2021. Last year would have been this past June would
Yeah.
have been 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so hard to keep up with them because wasn't it Gabby's was like right before Summers?
I think it's just about around the same.
Because it was Summers,
There's
because
Summer and then Gabby's.
and then little Michael Vaughn's.
Yep.
Because I remember Summer goes missing, and then Michael Monkey goes missing. And I thought, damn, there's two little kids, a
Mm-hmm.
little boy and a little girl, both cotton blonde hair,
Mm-hmm.
that has gone missing without a trace.
Within a month and so
I thought it
apart
was,
from each other.
yeah, I thought it was super weird. Even though Summer was in Tennessee and Monkey was in Idaho, I
Yep.
just thought it was weird that they were the same size, same age, cotton blonde hair, could have passed probably for brother and sister, and they went missing around the same time.
Yep. Hers was June 15th and his was July 20.
Just a little over a month and a half.
His was July 20 something. 20. I want to say 27th.
So Callie said that Michael Vaughn has been missing for 905 days, and she said it was July 27th.
Yeah.
Isn't someone in jail for Monkey? Libra Moon, wasn't it a Stacy Wandra and somebody else?
Her
And they,
and his wife, but his wife was released.
yeah, and they dug up their backyard and they didn't find anything and all that. And I don't think they were officially charged for
No.
his disappearance.
No, neither one of them were officially charged.
Yeah, that's a sad case.
Somebody's going to get charged because eventually they're going to find him.
Yeah, that's like Dylan Rounds. They still haven't found him either.
Yep.
That's another weird case. Let's see his poor mother. Look at his mom. Look at Summer. Yeah. It's sad. It really is. See, apparently the suspect, Stacy Wander, made a false report of Michael being in the backyard. I remember when they dug that yard up.
I do too. But see, when they did, okay, they said something about remains could have been placed in that backyard. But when they dug it all up, there was nothing.
Yeah, there wasn't anything there. Spirit of the trees, have a good night. Let me see, yes, JC, that's all it is. It's nothing but drama. You've got people going after each other,
Mm-hmm.
fighting over whose channel the parents are going to be on. Like I said, if they go on somebody's panel, then you've got other ones that are mad over it. If the parents are talking to somebody on the phone, you got other people mad over it. They're calling the police on each other. They're doxing everybody. It's just a whole
Mm-hmm.
big clusterfuck of drama. And
Yep.
here this little girl is missing. Nobody knows where she's at, if she's okay, if she's even alive.
Exactly.
And they're all worried about going at each other instead of working together to find this little girl.
Yep. That's what I said. That's why half of them I used to follow when she first went missing, and then all the drama started coming. I said I can't even watch these people anymore.
No, I don't. The one that I followed for, like I said, a year and a half. I don't even I don't even look at her channel. I don't type her channel name in. I don't go to it. I don't care what she
Nope.
talks about because she's nothing but a liar and she's nothing but drama.
Yep.
And
That's
then
what I said. I can't. I can't.
yeah, I don't get none of them. If they're talking about summer, I may listen in on certain creators that are talking about the case, but other than that, I don't. It's just too much. Okay, so the day that they were searching the yard for Michael Vaughn was the same day that Idaho 4 happened. I didn't even think of that, Bissell.
Was it?
I remember us watching the video because I played the video of them digging in the backyard because what's his name? The cop, Chris McDonough, was there
Yeah.
when they were in the backyard. And I remember us doing the street view on Google Maps of the house and around the house and all this and that. But I didn't even think about it being the same day as Idaho 4.
That's crazy.
So many cases that we've talked about are just come across, and it's hard to keep up with the dates of everything. It's hard enough keeping up with the names, much
Yeah.
less the dates of everything that's happened. And JC, yeah, some of them seem like it's been forever,
Yeah.
but then some of them don't seem like Idaho 4. It doesn't seem like it's been 14 months.
I know. That's crazy.
It's like it just happened.
Yeah. That it wasn't that long ago that it happened.
Right, but you go back and you look at pictures, or you look like on the Gonzalez family Facebook page, and you look at the pictures that they post, and you think, damn, they've been gone for 14 months.
Yep.
And then you've got Gabby's, that was such a huge case that doesn't seem like it happened that long ago. But then you've got Kylie Rodney, that
Yeah.
seems like it was several years ago.
Yep. It's just crazy.
What is Savannah Soto funeral? Libra Moon, I know that it was scheduled the first time and then they had to change it. I had heard that there's something with her mom. I'm not going to repeat it on here just because I haven't confirmed it to be true. But something that came up with her mom, so they had to reschedule it. But I didn't know if they scheduled it again. I thought I saw the other day where they had her funeral. Like there was. Hold on, let me go to Facebook because I could have swore I saw where they had her funeral the other day.
I think they did because I think I've seen a TikTok video.
Because didn't
Of her family of carrying.
didn't her coffin have a picture on it?
I think so.
Wait, what is this? Okay, let me. Where is living in Minnesota? I could have swore I saw pictures of the funeral, and they were carrying her coffin,
Yeah.
and it might have been a shadow, but it looked like that on top of it there was a a picture. You know how they'll put pictures across the top of a coffin?
Mm-hmm.
Let me see if I can find it real quick though. What is this here? Oh, the incident report. I've been seeing that. Okay, so that's something different. Maybe I'm gonna have to go to Twitter to find it. But I thought I saw pictures where they were at the cemetery and all that. But I could be wrong.
Not very seldom, but she could be.
What is it?
I said not very seldom, but you could be.
Oh, being wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, who is this?
But I could have swore I seen it too. So
Okay, so they've got flowers made for her and baby Fabian. Somebody made them some flowers that had angel wings on them. Let's see. Is there a place for pictures? Maybe not. Shit. I'll eventually find it, but I could have swore I saw that they had
yeah, because
her funeral already.
the video I think I watched, it said rest in peace. What did it say? Baby Fabian and something else.
Okay, so that's something else. Hmm. Okay, so somebody is saying. So this lady here is saying something about they postponed the funeral. Or maybe it was just something else that I seen, but
I don't know.
I could have swore I saw the what you call it, pictures of it. Maybe not. I don't know. If I can find the pictures, I'll post them in Discord. My problem is I see stuff and I don't remember where I see it at. It has to either be Facebook or Twitter that I see them. And I see it's been postponed. It's coming up. Okay, so I knew it was the first time. Like I said, it had something to do with her mom, but I don't want to say um, what it was about her mom because I don't know if it's even true or not.
Right.
Good Lord, y'all, there's planes breaking up or catching on fire above Miami, and jeez. Y'all make fun of me because I won't fly.
I don't believe you because I ain't either.
Too much crazy shit goes on these airplanes. Oh no, I'll have to look for it later. It could have been something else that they had showed and just put it in with the Savannah stuff. But I see so much; it's hard to keep up with everything, honestly. Yeah, talking the 10th at aliens, all kind of crazy shit going on in Miami. Was it true that they held the baby? Thistle, I had read somebody that had went to Matthew's service that they had a viewing for the family, and then they closed the coffin for the rest of the rest of the time, and that they had put the baby on Matthew's chest while they had an open coffin, and then um, they took the baby out and put him with Savannah. I don't know if I wouldn't think the family would have been able to hold him. I don't think that a funeral home would have allowed that, but I don't know, honestly. But I do know that he was laying on Matthew's chest when they had his coffin open. It's very sad to think of. But then again, I see why they done it, um, but very sad at the same time.
Yep.
And I did see something about a cult too, Libra Moon, but I'm not even going down the cult rabbit hole.
No.
It's something to do with Christopher's mom or stepmom or something like that. That she was part of a cult or knows people in one or something. I don't know. I heard about it the other night. No, it wasn't. It wasn't an open casket for the whole thing, Callie. It was just for. I think it was like the first hour for the family for a private viewing, and then after that, it was closed when the rest of the friends and the rest of the family and stuff like that came in. Let's see. They said that they held the baby. They could have Libra. I don't know. Her funeral is the 22nd. So what is that, Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I said, I get why they put him in with Matthew. I thought that was really cool of the funeral home to do that. Because a lot of funeral homes won't transfer a body from one coffin to another. But it was really cool that they did it. Let's see, that's a month after. Yeah, because they were murdered on the 21st, right before midnight into the 22nd of December.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes that long to plan out something, I guess.
Well, yeah, autopsy reports, tox
Right.
reports, investigations. And Matthew's family, like his stepmom was putting it out. You know, she had a life insurance policy and she was trying to see what it would cover. And then, I don't know, apparently they wouldn't cover any of it or not enough of it. So they had to start a GoFundMe. And then, you know, Savannah and them, like her family had to get money gathered up for it and all
Yeah,
that. So,
it takes a lot.
right. Let's see, um, how can I say this without being graphic? Libra, whenever they have to wait that long, it they pretty much keep you in a freezer.
Yeah.
And it's sad that they have to do that. But if a family doesn't have the funds, you know, to do the funeral, some funeral homes will hold them, you know, until they can get. Like the funeral homes here, if you don't have all the money up front, you can do like a certain percentage of a down payment and then pay the rest of it out monthly in monthly installments. So that way they can get the funeral done and get them buried and all that. Some funeral homes will hold them. I don't know. It's just a sad situation all the way around, though, honestly. I know they were doing things that was wrong, but they
But
still didn't deserve to die.
yeah, exactly. And that baby was a innocent.
He's the main victim in this. Sometimes it's a necessity, but several funeral homes won't do it cheap, if at all. No, that's my father-in-law passed away in 2020, and his funeral was at the bare minimum $12,000. It's not cheap at all. Like my
No.
friend who passed away 2 days before Christmas, like her family's wanting to have her cremated because that's all they can really afford. They still haven't got to do it, and it's been almost a month. So she's sitting in a funeral home right now,
Yeah.
waiting to
It's
be.
rough.
Yeah,
I mean, my mom passed away back in 2000, and it was close to $15,000. So
yeah, it's super expensive. All right, Avery, I got it. Thank you. Okay, so the funeral for 18-year-old Savannah Soto and her unborn child Fabian has been postponed. Gloria Cordova, Savannah's mother, confirmed that the funeral has been postponed due to a family emergency. The funeral date has not been released and will be postponed until further notice. Okay, and then the rest of it's just talking about who they arrested. Okay, what is this other? Oh, her obituary. Okay, so her visitation will be held on Sunday, the 21st, from 5 to 9. Let's see, the rosary will be recited at 7 p.m. Funeral mass will be celebrated on Monday, the 22nd, at 9 a.m. And then a committal service will occur on the 22nd at 12:30 with a wildflower ceremony. And let's see, did it say where her? Oh, at Wildflower Cemetery, y'all. I seen cemetery and said ceremony. So at Wildflower Cemetery. Yeah, that is sad. That poor baby didn't have a chance.
nope.
Just sad all the way around. Okay, is it usual for parents of 20-year-old to take out life insurance on him? Yes and no. I think, Margaret. I think some people do it just in case. If that makes sense, because you never know what might happen. I could see, I could pretty much see any family doing it, but if his stepmom said that she had taken it out on him, maybe she was worried about the lifestyle that he was into, and that's why. I don't know. I mean, some people don't think that parents should take it out whenever their kids are young. I think it's a good idea because, like I said, you never know what happens, what could
Yeah.
happen. In the blink of an eye, something could happen. But this will have a good night, and it's always better to be safe, because what if it's you, your spouse, and your child? You have a car accident, you all three die. It's left up to your next of kin to bury you, and if you don't have life insurance on all three of you,
It's
then
pretty
you
expensive.
right, you leave it. It's left up to your family to bury you, and they may not have the money to do so. And a lot of people will have it where it's like the funeral home is the beneficiary of it. Just in case something happens, at least it would then go to the funeral home. You know, but yeah, there was one other case we were talking about, and it was something was brought up. It might have been Kylie's about a life insurance policy, and some people were saying, it's why would somebody have life insurance on their kid? Uh, and then others were like, well, it's a good thing to have.
Actually, it is because, like you said, you don't know, and it helps pay for the expenses.
Right. And the ugly truckling, that is true. If you can afford it, it at least get, enough for just even if it's a basic funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is, like I said, just when my father-in-law passed away, and this was in 2020 in March, it was the coffin. We used the funeral home facilities, the chapel, and stuff like that. We had the visitation the night before, the funeral the next morning. It was between $12,000 and $13,000.
Yep.
Now, a lot of places will use like a church or something, so you don't get charged for using the chapel at the funeral home, and you don't get charged for the visitation at the funeral home, because most churches won't charge a family to use a church, and so it makes it cheaper doing it like that. But you've got the burial plot you got to pay for. Some cemeteries here require you to have a vault in the ground before they can put the casket in it, so you got to buy that, and then you got to buy the headstone. It's super expensive.
Headstone ain't cheap.
No, it's crazy expensive.
Because when we got my mom's, and all I had was the date of her birth and the date that she passed away and her name, with like flowers etched in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it cost close to $10,000, and that was the cheapest.
Uh-huh. Yeah, the headstones are crazy expensive.
So they're not cheap. And then some families get the fancy ones, the most expensive ones.
Oh yeah,
They're even more.
There's some here in the cemeteries. They get the big, the darker, like the black color ones,
Mm-hmm.
and all that. And then you got some it's just like the regular gray color. Yeah, there's like when my mother-in-law passed away, she died in '98, and hers just for it was one big one for her and my father-in-law, and it was close to, it was like $2,000 or $3,000, and that was in 1998.
Right.
Just
So
imagine
can you
what they
imagine now? Exactly.
Super expensive. I don't know how much my stepmom paid for when my dad passed away in 2017. But she got a two-sided one, and said that she had to pay it out by the month because it was so expensive.
Mm-hmm. They're expensive.
And see, Melissa, sweet Melissa said we have policies on our two kids. When they turned 21, we gave it to both of them. That's the way to do it. They are at that point responsible for keeping up with it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. When my partner passed away, it cost me about $12,000, and it was 11 years ago. It's crazy expensive for a funeral, because you have to pay when You got to think, as soon as they go pick up the deceased, that's when they start charging you. As soon as they walk into the place where they died at and they collect the body, at that point, your charges start occurring. Uh, Avery, I don't know about in all states. I know here, the funeral homes where I live at, uh, whatever the total amount of the funeral is, if you can't come up with all of the money at once to pay up front, they will ask you to pay like a certain percent down, and then they will work out a monthly plan until you get it paid off. And I know some places will allow you to do that with a headstone because my stepmom had to. I don't know if that's all places, but I know some do. And the funeral home where we have here, like everybody from here uses the same funeral home. So that the people who own it know everybody who passes through there. See, my husband passed in 1988. The funeral was close to 8,000, and that was in 1988, Jan,
Yeah.
at $8,000.
Imagine how much it is in
Yeah.
2024.
Yep. It's crazy expensive, and most of the price comes from the flowers that they put on top of the coffin during the funeral. My father-in-law's was $250
Mm-hmm.
for the casket spray. I like to fell out the chair. $250 for some flowers. It's ridiculous. And all they do is when they bury you, they lay them on top of the ground.
Yep.
So you're paying $250 for some flowers to be laid on some dirt.
And wither away to nothing after the fact.
No, these were artificial flowers.
Oh.
These weren't even real.
Yeah.
$250.
Crazier.
I've literally, because he had 7 kids. Okay. My husband is the youngest. There was my husband and 3 of the sisters that was there. The rest of the kids didn't show up. But I had to take care of all the arrangements. None of the kids did it. I literally like to fill out the chair when she said $250 for the flowers to go on top of the coffin.
Yeah, I think I would have filled out the chair.
That was ridiculous that they were that much. Knowing that it doesn't take that much money to build a flower arrangement.
Mm-mm.
You're just sticking some flowers in a certain position in some styrofoam. And they're charging $250. Crazy. I guess I'm about to get out of here for the night.
Yeah, me too. It's almost 4 o'clock.
Yep, it's 2:45 here. Getting tired. I've had a headache all day, and I think it's just because I haven't been getting much sleep lately.
That's a possibility.
So oh my God, Lady V said her fathers were real for $450. It's crazy. Even real ones shouldn't cost that much.
Mm-mm. But
And my dad's, he had a flag over, because he was military.
right.
He had a flag over his coffin. Both of my grandfathers had flags, but I forgot how much it was going to be when my grandfather passed away. They were going to charge for the flag, so my uncle had to go buy the flag to put over the coffin because it was much cheaper than having the funeral home go back. Because the funeral home's going to have to jack a price up so they can make some money off of it too. But damn, off of an American flag,
which should have came free.
Right.
Military.
Exactly. But no, they were going to charge a price for it. So my uncle went and got one for, I think my stepmom did for my dad's too, or my stepsister did one. uh, went and got it to put on the coffin.
Yeah. Because my dad's dad was in the military. It should come free. They served in the military.
Right. And some places they may be free, but I know that the funeral home is going to charge a price for the ones here.
That's crazy. But thanks for having me up.
Oh, for sure. Thank you for coming out and hanging out with us.
It was fun.
Oh, yes. It was a blast. As always. So, and the baby, she's asleep, huh?
Yeah, she's asleep.
She's going to be.
She party puked out.
Poor little thing. She is such a sweetheart.
But y'all have a good night.
All right. You have a good night as well.
And I'll see you on the next live.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Good night. Jan, have a wonderful night. So yeah, I'm about to get out of here. Thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. Avery, if I don't get to talk to you tonight about your situation, I'll try to message you tomorrow whenever I wake up. I did send you a message a minute ago though, but you don't have to worry about getting back to me anytime soon on it. Just whenever you have time. But I love you all, and thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us. We're going to keep up with these cases. I'm sure there's going to be some more craziness coming out, especially in the Kohberger one, with these seals and unseals. The whole damn circus now. But I love you all. Tonka, have a good night. I will talk to y'all the next time.